Welcome to the WHBC Sports Aultcare YouTube.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Breck Bueller Stadium here in Canton South.
Welcome to the WHBC Sports Aultcare YouTube Game of the Week. It's high school football on demand. Welcome to the WHBC Sports Aultcare YouTube Game of the Week. It's high school football on demand. Brought to you by SARTA, Friends and Family Credit Union, Maslin Cable, Altman Hospital, CKP Heating and Cooling, Sarchone Ford, the United States Air Force, and Old Carolina Barbecue. Let's join Frank Salona, Billy Beebe, and our guest analysts for tonight's game.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Breck Bueller Stadium here in Canton South. We are at Canton South High School for our Aultcare YouTube TV Game of the Week. And we are excited to bring this one to you tonight as the Canton South Wildcats will play host to the Dover Tornadoes. With me tonight is our sideline reporter, Billy Beebe, and High School Hall of Fame coach, Tom McDaniels. And guys, we have, I think, an interesting ball game tonight. These two teams may not know each other that well as players, but these two coaches have been coaching against each other for many years down in T County, as they say, with the Dover and New Philly matchup that Coach If, being at Dover, and then Coach Dennison at New Philly all those years. So these coaches know each other. They think they know what each is capable of doing. But, Billy, let's turn to you, first of all. For the Dover Tornadoes, what do they have and what can we look for to them?
Well, for Dover, last year, not their best year, not what we've seen from them historically. After starting 4-0, they dropped 4 in a row and then drop another of their last 2 before they head into the playoffs. So they're trying to get back to what they know, and that was 2 years ago, going undefeated in the regular season. Now a tough loss for them last week, right? They score in the first quarter. It's a 7-6 game. They fall 14-6 to Green. So just points in the first quarter. That's not Dan If's style. We know he likes to score. He likes to spread things out. He likes to use the clock and get points on the board. So tonight, as they face another familiar foe in Canton South, we're kind of seeing Dover get into the Stark County, the Federal League a little bit. They're comfortable doing so, Frank, but can they adjust and get a win tonight after, will last week speak for what they're going to be this season? It's only week 1, so plenty of time to get things back on track, but to do that, they're going to have to get the offense going.
All right, sounds good, Billy, and Coach, we'll turn to you. Canton South, they put some points up last week, and a lot of it centers around their quarterback. We all know about Poochie Snyder and a couple good defensive players as well. Talk about them.
Yeah, Poochie Snyder, number 19, had a great opening game a week ago. He was 9 of 11 passing for, I think, 195 and 3 touchdowns, and he also ran the ball 11 times for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that's hyper productive. And that's what they're used to from that young man, and we'll be interested to see whether or not Dover can slow him down. Defensively, number 9, Rome Cox, he led him in tackles. He had 16 tackles, 14, I believe, were individual and 2 solo. But they gave up a lot of points, and so he's going to have another great night, and he's going to need some help from some of his teammates to give up far less than 40 points like they did a week ago.
Yeah. All right, sounds good, Coach. And, well, guys, I tell you what, 2 greatly coached teams. We know that. These guys have been around for a long time. They know this game inside and out, and we're looking forward to a really good football game here tonight in Canton Township. Stick around. The kickoff is next.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
At Friends and Family Credit Union, you, the members, are the owners. Our friendly staff serves over 11,000 members, assisting with their financial needs and bettering their lifestyles.
Hi, I'm Gina, President and CEO of Friends and Family Credit Union, where we provide loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County.
Are you looking for something different? Stop in today to become a friend of the family.
And welcome back here to Breck Bueller Stadium. Frank Salona along with Coach Tom McDaniel. Billy Beebe down on the sideline. Bob Jeffries up here in a booth as our statistician. And Coach, we're getting ready here, getting a little bit of vibe from these teams as we had a chance to talk a little bit here in the pregame about them and the coaches and the whole, I guess, that second week excitement. Now you've got a team that's 1-0 in Canton South. They had a shootout last week against St. Clairsville. Right. You've got a team with Dover who was 0-1, but they had a tough one against Green, a very good football team last week. How do you approach this as both coaches? What do you look at?
Well, you got two teams that have to manage different outcomes from a week ago. And I would imagine South's focus during the week was, how to shore up the defense because we can't make 11 giving up 40 points a game. And Dover's focus during the week was probably on the offensive side. How can we generate more than one score? So we'll find out whether or not they made improvement in those two areas soon.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, we got a minute. Let's send it down to the field. And our sideline guy, Billy Beebe, brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. Billy, what's the excitement like down there?
Definitely a packed crowd here at Canton South. A great home section right in front of me here, filled up, ready to rock tonight. And Dover, as you can see over here, they've traveled very well for this matchup. Right now, Frank, we're sitting at 76 degrees. The difference between last week and this week is the cloud cover. No rain predicted, so that's good to see, but we're lacking that sunshine, so a little bit cooler on a day like today. Going to benefit both teams, I think. Yeah,
a little bit better. Thanks, Billy. Again, that sideline report brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. And, Coach, I know when it's hot and muggy like this, you get a lot of cramps. We see that usually throughout the first 3 or 4 games of the year. Tonight, really no different. I mean, it's still hot and muggy, and when you think about it, it's pretty humid, even up here in the press box where we are. It's not really cool, but once they get going here tonight, got to get a lot of fluids in these kids.
Right, and the fluid situation actually has to be dealt with the previous day.
Right.
They can drink and hydrate like crazy during the course of the game. It's what they did yesterday that'll make a bigger difference than what they do tonight.
All right, Canton South will receive. Dover won the toss, and they elected to defer to the second half, so the Wildcats will go on offense to start. And for the Dover Tornadoes, number 39, Jamison Marlott, will tee it up and get us started here. You're watching the Aultcare YouTube Game of the Week here on WHBC. Glad you're with us. We are live from Canton Township, Canton South High School, and we are just seconds away here. We're waiting on the clock to wind down as it does, and got to give everybody that ample time to get ready for this one. But both teams are out there. Tough to see the numbers tonight. We were just talking about that a little while ago. For Canton South, they've got those gray uniforms with the red numbers, and we will try our best to make sure we can catch up on the numbers as well as we take a look back there at our deep backs, number 22 and 3. That is Trey Wilson and Tavon Castle for the Wildcats as they are back awaiting this kick, and just a few more seconds as they let the clock wind down. And we'll have the kickoff to week number 2 of high school football.
Yeah, Dover's kicking from the left hash, their left hash, and so we should assume that the kicker's going to try to put the ball in this corner.
Okay.
They deployed their coverage team, and it's heavy toward this side of this half of the field. So we'll see if that happens here in just a matter of seconds.
Yeah, we see that quite a bit in different levels of football where they try to pin them. That kick down the middle of the field doesn't really happen that much anymore.
No. Understandably so.
Yep, and we are set to go. The kick is high, and it is deep, taken at the 3-yard line by Wilson. Wilson has some running room up the middle, gets to the 25-yard line, and that's where Canton South will start their series on offense. And they are led by the one, the only, Poochie Snyder, as we take a look here at our CKP heating and cooling starting lineups as the Wildcats will make their way out on the field. Greer, Spear, Cochran, Clark, and Johnson are the front line. You got Poochie Snyder as quarterback, Culver is the running back. Wilson, Pearson, Lewis, and Pugh and Castle will trade off there at the wide receiver spot for the Wildcats. Wide open offense. They're going to run it, though, in the first play, and that is Culver. And Zion Culver, with the running back, gets a pickup of about 5 yards, so a good run there on first down for Canton South.
Yeah, South opened in a 2-by-2 spread set, motioned the receiver, the inside receiver, to the boundary, to the field. Always interested to see how the defense adjusts to a man in motion when they change formation with motion or a shift.
We get a chance here. We'll take a look at that Dover defense. Pucci going to throw it this time, has a man, caught, and that is Pearson as he is knocked out of bounds. Clock continues to run at the 36-yard line. That should be enough for the first down, and it is, and the chains will move for Canton South. Take a look here at that Tornadoes defense. Lengler, Lawrence, McGarry, and Connor up front. The linebackers are Mark, Gigex, and Barton, and the DBs are Clark, Shee, Baumberger, and Blinkensdorfer. Here is Snyder. He's going to go deep this time. Has a man. He overthrew him and nearly intercepted. Good defensive play that time by Caden Shee back there for Dover.
Right. Dover's playing a single high safety, and the corners, it looks like cover 3. They're off. The previous play, Pucci completed a short pass, for a first down, and they'll take that all night long if they're going to get soft coverage out of the corners. They challenged the corner to the field, his ability to cover deep, even though he's in off coverage, and he was up to the task.
Kind of testing the waters early, if you will, right, Coach?
Yep.
So we'll bring up a second down and 10. Snyder going to throw across the middle, has a receiver, catch at the 50, still on his feet and knocked out of bounds. Finally, inside the 45-yard line is Trey Wilson, and Wilson looked good on that pitch and catch right there, Coach. He caught the ball, made a couple guys miss.
Yeah, he was the leading receiver for South a week ago. He was part of the trips formation to the far side of the field, and they cleared the secondary and carried backers and DBs, and he came underneath on a crossing route, and nice catch and run after the catch.
19 yards.
That was the Maslin Cable replay there. We saw it on. Just underway here, first quarter from Breck Bueller Stadium in Canton South. 10:45 on the clock, first quarter. And the Wildcats looking to the sideline, trying to get a play in, and a personnel change as well. As that was Castle came out, and now we got, I think, Coach Matt Dennison. A little bit of confusion there.
Unsettled about the personnel that he wanted on the field at the time. I think 22, Wilson, came out.
Okay.
I'm not sure that they had the right sub in for him.
Gotcha.
So you've got 3 timeouts. I have to take it.
All right, you've got trips far side for South. A lone receiver on the near side, that is Pearson. Going to hand it off this time to Culver, and Culver gets stood up there close to the line of scrimmage, may have picked up a yard or so. Good defensive play there in the middle for the Tornadoes. The linebacker coming up, that's Ryan Gigex.
Right. Dover's playing a 4-man front, 3 linebacker system, and again, cover 3 behind it. Committing 6 at least to the spread set, to the runs on the line of scrimmage.
So second down and 3. Pucci going to throw, has a man, caught 35 and falls forward to about the 32-yard line. And a nice catch that time by number 3, that is Tavon Castle.
He was the number 1 receiver out of the trips formation to the field. They cleared with the 2 inside receivers. It's a variation on the play that they ran about 2 plays ago. Gained first down, but not nearly the yardage that they had the first time that they threw that.
So the Wildcats moving the football here in the early going. Pucci going to swing it out. That is Culver. Culver making a man miss, still on his feet inside the 20, and then brought down at the 16-yard line. They're going to move him closer to the 15. So a first down pitch and catch there from Pucci Snyder and his receiver. So South, nice read again by Snyder.
Well, 3 receivers, wide receivers to the field. The back has a blitz pickup responsibility in most instances. He didn't get a blitz, and so he flares, and that's an easy pitch and catch in a great game. get the ball to one of your best players and let them run with it after the catch.
There's Culver again, got it to about the 15-yard line, so just a gain of 1 there from the Tornadoes.
Dover's been sturdy so far against the run. South's got chunks in the passing game, but no chunk yet in the running game.
I said Tornadoes. I meant to say Wildcats, as they have the football here on offense. So it brings up a 2nd down and 9. Trips left. Snyder going to roll left this time, looking in the end zone. Now he's going to tuck and run, and a good defensive play at about the 11-yard line. Coming up, J.J. Barton making a stop for the Dover Tornadoes.
First carry of the game for Pucci. And I think that's probably got built-in options. If we've got receivers open and the 3-receiver route combination, he throws it. He was able to break contain and sets up a 3rd and medium.
3rd and 5, yep. They are in the Sarshone Auto Group red zone now as the Wildcats continue to march. Here's a pass caught at the 5, trying to work his way into the end zone, but tackled short is Tavon Castle, and Castle's brought down at the 2-yard line. So pickup of 3 on the catch, 8:05 and counting on the clock.
Short of the touchdown, but it sets up a new set of downs, so they've got 1st and goal.
1st and goal it is at the 2-yard line. Snyder in the shotgun again. Gonna hand it off this time, trying to get his way into the end zone, but nothing going there. It was Culver. And
Dover again up to the task versus the run play off tackle to the right.
This is usually where you see Fricky come in that backfield, but they're going to stick with Zion Culver now as the back next to Pucci Snyder. Here's a snap. Snyder going to roll left this time, looking end zone, has a man, and incomplete. A little too hard maybe, Coach.
Well, he had the far receiver on an outcut in the end zone.
Take a look at it here.
And one of the things that you teach your quarterbacks is you never lead a receiver when you throw on the run. If you lead them, you'll overthrow them all the time. And so we stress to throw the ball directly at the receiver, and physics takes over and leads them automatically. Just overthrew them by maybe inches.
Makes sense. Here's Snyder again. He's going to keep it. Gets into the end zone that time for the score. A 2-yard touchdown run by Pucci Snyder. And the Wildcats have struck first here in the first quarter. 7:08 to go in the quarter, and a nice drive that time, Coach, by the Wildcats.
Yeah, nice mix between run and pass. Kept them honest with the run game. The scoring play looked a little bit like that sprint out pass on the previous play, but he tucked it up and ran it in off tackle to the left.
So the Wildcats now, extra point coming. Landon White is the kicker. And Landon got it lined up. Kick is up, and the kick is good.
Dover had significant penetration inside on the right side of South's protection unit. I'm going to keep an eye on that, but he was in the backfield. I don't know how close he was to the ball, but he had significant pressure from the inside right.
All right, score 7:08 to go here, first quarter. Canton South up 7-0. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this.
Around here, we like to cheer for the local team, and MCTV is here to connect you to the game. MCTV provides reliable high-speed internet and Wi-Fi. From checking scores online, to streaming games or watching replays, or even playing the game yourself, we've got the speed you need. Call today to add or upgrade internet service. We're connecting what matters most. MCTV. We go the extra mile.
We provide both service like preventative maintenance on your local residential house. We provide custom ductwork. We do residential and commercial HVAC, and we do refrigeration for restaurants, for gas stations. We can fix your furnace, or we can fix your rooftop at your place of business. And you want someone that's experienced and done it all to make sure your home is comfortable and the temperature you like it.
Back here at Breck Buehler Stadium while we were away, the kickoff was taken out to about the 37-yard line, and that is where Dover will start their drive here in the first quarter. And with that last Canton South scoring drive, brought to you by SARTA. Here's Tom.
With 7:08 left in the first quarter, South went 74 yards in 14 plays. Time of possession, 4 minutes, 52 seconds. Poochie Snyder on a run from 2 yards out. Extra point was good. 7-0 South.
All right, Dover now. We'll check out their starting lineup here when we get a minute. Judkins is the quarterback. He's alone in the backfield. Going to swing pass out to the right side. Bobbled and then caught by J.J. Barton and picks up about 3-4 yards. And as we get a chance here, we'll take a look at the CKP Heating and Cooling starting lineup for the Tornadoes. Their offense is Lorenz, Pavito, Mast, Arnold, and Jones across the front line. Judkins and Barton in the backfield. And the receivers are Baumberger, Blickensderfer, Shee, and Clark. So they pretty much will run a similar type offense, wide open offense. We've got trips on the near side this time, 2 receivers across the way, so 5 in the pattern.
Yep, empty set by the quarterback.
Now here comes Barton. He'll go back and he'll get the handoff, and he's got some running room across the 45 to the 50 inside of Canton South territory, and a nice play that time, Coach. They had Canton South on their heels.
Yep, South's the 4-man front, 3 backers playing with 2 high safeties versus the spread sets. Brought the inside trip in motion, became a running back, and had a nice gain for the first down off the right side.
All right, we'll set that South defense after this play. Judkins getting the play in now. Again, 5 receivers in the pattern. He's going to go right this time. Wide receiver screen, and that is going to be Bumberger for a pickup of about a yard or so here. Brings up 2nd down and 9. Let's take a look at the CKP Heating and Cooling defensive lineup for Canton South. Murray, Spear, Karovic, and Fricky. You got Lewis, Cox, and Long at the linebackers. Hill, Frazier, Fricky, and Wilson are the DBs. Man in motion this time. Going to be handoff again. They like doing that. That is Baumberger, and Baumberger takes it across the 45 or inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. So nice gain there.
Yeah, they were in an empty set again. 3 receivers to the field, 2 into the boundary. They brought the inside receiver from the boundary in motion. He assumes the tailback responsibility. It's the mirror image of the play to the right. Same thing to the left for a good gain.
Yep. Again, 5 receivers. You're going to see this pretty much all night from Dover. They've got 5 in the pattern, 3 on the near side, 2 on the far side, as Judkins is alone in the backfield. Looking right side this time has a receiver, and that is Clark. Clark gets enough for the first down, and a nice job there by Dalen Clark with the reception and picking up some extra yards.
Great effort. South actually defensed it pretty well, missed the tackle, and he fought through another tackle attempt to get the first down. South now is playing a 3-man front versus these empty sets that Dover's employing, so they've already changed a little bit from a 4-man front at the beginning of the game to 3-man front now.
Yep. So
I want to restart it, but it's working for those guys. What do you want me to restart it?
they have them spread out again.
Like just this box.
And I tell you what, they're using the whole field side to side. And this time, quarterback Judkins is going to keep it and run it forward to about the 22-yard line. A nice pickup and another first down for Dover. So the Tornadoes are moving the football now.
Yeah, Dover again was in an empty set. South responds by playing a 3-man front. They basically got 8 guys in deployed as pass defenders. Quarterback draw versus a 3-man front with 8 guys in coverage. Good play call by Dover, good execution, and a nice gain, first down.
Almost reminds you of 7-on-7 here with all these receivers.
Yeah, 7-on-7 is Dover's real offense.
Yeah, that's the real offense. That's right. So Judkins is going to stand there, and now he's going to fake the handoff and keep it. And a good job there by the Wildcats defense, only giving up about a yard, if that. And they came up big there. Spear and Murray right up the middle.
So the chess match continues. South was back in a 4-man front, and the 4-man front did a great job, defending that first down run attempt.
So 2nd down and 8. 3:18 to go on the clock. I want to thank you for watching us on the Aultcare YouTube Game of the Week. And don't forget to subscribe because we've got a lot of great coverages coming up throughout the season. Glad you're with us here tonight. Here is a long pass into the end zone, has a receiver, and a touchdown. J.J. Barton got behind the defense that time. A 20-yard touchdown throw and catch. Judkins to Barton.
South was in the 4-man front and brought 2 backers, so they had 6 involved in the pass rush. Quarterback did a nice job of getting the snap, taking his drop, and getting the ball up in the air for the touchdown.
So the Tornadoes strike back after that Wildcat drive. Now Tornadoes with the opportunity now to tie it up. Jamison Marlott is out there getting ready for the extra point. Snap, kick, everything is good. And we have a tie ball game with 2:58 to go here in the first quarter. Dover 7, Canton South 7. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Water and 30% land, but the entire sky belongs to us. Copy that. Aim high, Airman.
Shoot it down to you after a play. Right. And back here at Breck Bueller Stadium, 2:58 to go in the first quarter of play. Tornadoes have tied it up. Here's the kickoff taken at about the 2-yard line and across the 15 and still on his feet going the 20 and down at the 25-yard line. A nice return that time by Culver for Canton South, and the Wildcats will start right at their 25-yard line. And with that start a scoring drive, here's Tom.
Dover answered Canton South with an 8-play, 63-yard drive. Scored at 2:58 of the first quarter. Time of possession on that drive, 4 minutes, 10 seconds. A 20-yard touchdown pass from Judkins to Barton. The extra point is good. We're all tied up 7-7.
So the Wildcats back on offense. Culver next to him in the backfield. Got 3 receivers this time in the pattern. 2 on the near side. Got a man in motion now. That is going to roll, turns, throws the other way, and that is Culver. Has some running room, catches it, and runs it across the 30 to the 32-yard line. So Zion Culver with a nice pickup. And while we get a chance, let's go down on the field. Friends and Family Credit Union sideline report. Billy Beebe.
Hey guys, Matt Dennison joined the Kenny and JT show earlier in the week. Gave them 5 keys to the game. I'm going to shoot right to number 4. Be ready to have to drive the football. We're not going to score on all big plays. We need to be ready to go 65-plus yards throughout the game. I think we saw that on the first drive.
Good point, and they did that on that first drive. This one incomplete. Snyder looking for Pearson that time and not able to connect.
Got an injured player on the field. He wasn't contacted.
Yeah, one of the Dover guys, yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming it might be some kind of a leg injury. He may have stepped a little bit awkwardly, and hope he's okay.
So we got a timeout down there on the field as they tend to this young man, and While we have a second, I want to remind everybody, every Friday on WHBC, it's the Aultcare Stadium Show. It starts at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock on Mix 94.1, and then the Hammersmith Insurance Scoreboard Show following every game next or after the ball games. You can follow Brian Novak with the Hammersmith Insurance Scoreboard Show. So a lot of good information, and we'll have scores and highlights throughout. Always look forward to hearing the scores from all the teams here in Stark County, and looks like our young man is going to be okay. That is number 3 for the Tornadoes, Justice Hughes. Should be okay, walking off.
Yeah, he's up and walking off. Yep. On the last play, Pucci showed sprint out to the left, pulled up, and threw back to the right here. It's a compliment to that sprint out action that they have.
So here come the Wildcats again on offense. Here is a pass, caught Castle, and good defensive play that time. It's enough for the first down, but a short gain and a short first down pickup for the Wildcats. So it brings up 1st and 10. Clock continues to roll. Under 2 minutes here in the first quarter.
Yeah, this is the third time they've thrown that short outcut into the boundary. Completed 2 of the 3, both for first downs.
2 men on the near side. Got a man in motion now is Pugh. Snyder going to hand it off to Culver, and Culver got stuck right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And good job up there up front by Lengler and Lorenz for the Tornadoes. Lorenz, number 58, Simon Lorenz. He's a 4-year starter for Coach Ift, and he had some high praise for that young man.
Yeah, South hasn't gotten great results from the run game, but I admire their patience. Mm-hmm. You know, you're keeping the defense honest, and you're forcing them to defend the run game tackle to tackle, and Dover's doing well so far. 2nd
down and 10. Snyder looks, has a man across the middle. Good pitch and catch that time. Close to another first down is Pugh, and Tyler Pugh going to be about a yard short. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 1 for the Wildcats.
That again, that's the 3rd time that we've seen that. The trips to the field and 2 inside receivers, you know, run deep and carry defenders, and the 3rd guy comes underneath on the crossing route. They've got good results all 3 times.
Coach, are we seeing more as a timeout now on the field? Canton South's going to take a timeout. Are we seeing more now the defense dictating what the offense is doing, or do the offenses still want to kind of control the ball game? Are we seeing a little of that defense controlling it now?
Not in my opinion. I think that one advantage that the offense has, you know, with multiple formations and motions and shifts, you can manipulate the look that you're getting from the other side of the ball, and we're seeing evidence of that with both teams. You know, Dover did it by you know, employing a lot of empty sets on their touchdown drive. You know, because an empty set, you know, demands a different deployment, you know, by the defenders, and South's doing it with, you know, 2x2 motion to 3x1, 3x1. So I think you know, the offense still dictates the flow of the game, okay, because it can manipulate the defense. The defense doesn't necessarily manipulate the offense.
So 3rd down and 1. Snyder going to keep it. He's got speed. Look out. Oh, he almost got the corner that time. Picks up the first down. Takes it inside Tornadoes territory to the 44-yard line. And Poochie Snyder showing what he can do not only with his arm but with his legs.
Well, he ran that right into edge pressure off the edge. It was a good play call versus that. And they did a nice job of handling the guy coming off Dover's left edge.
11 yards on the pickup. First down for Canton South. 15 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. And this might be the last play of the quarter. We've got 4 receivers in the pattern. Man in motion this time. Going to fake the handoff. Snyder's going to go back. He's looking deep. Has it. And that one's going to get intercepted at the 4-yard line. And a nice job defensively there by Isaac Blickensdorfer. And Blickensdorfer read that the whole way, Coach. He was really the only guy that could catch that one.
Well, we've already seen an adjustment by Dover. They were in a too high coverage with the corner into the boundary. They've been playing pitch and catch to the corner into the right side boundary. With too high coverage, he was in a tighter, had a tighter presence on the receiver. So they're trying to deny that, and South took a shot and overthrown ball, and well played by Dover's defense.
All right, turnover will end that first quarter. We have played one here at Canton South. Our score, Dover 7, Canton South 7. We'll be back right after this.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
Happy Sardiversary with Sarda rider Anthony. We're celebrating 25 years with our valued riders.
And I absolutely enjoy riding the buses. I get to know a few of the drivers, very respectful, very professional. Just an all-around about good experience. It helps people get to where they're going, disabled, veterans, or people going to work.
Thanks to all our riders as we celebrate Sarda 25 at Sarda.
And welcome back here to Canton South as we start the second quarter of play. A handoff and going nowhere is the running back for the Tornadoes, number 7, J.J. Barton. And it's just a short, actually, I got about a yard there, Coach. So brings up a 2nd down and 9. Total yards in that first quarter, Dover was 62, Canton South with 98. So the Wildcats controlled the football a little bit better there in that first quarter. And, Coach, I want to get back after this play. I want to get back to our discussion about the offenses and the defenses dictating here. Here is a draw play, quarterback draw that time, going nowhere. Good job by the Wildcats reading that. And the reason I bring that up is it seemed like when asking coaches most recently about why they did things and how they did things, a lot of them were saying, well, we just did what the defense gave us, or, and that's why I was wondering if the defense is dictating that or not.
Well, good offenses generally have more than one option available in any single play call. And that's another advantage to an offense. If somebody aligns in a defense that denies.
Oh, we've got a safety now as Judkins fumbled the football, and he picked it up and was tackled into the end zone. So a nice job there by the Canton South defense rising to the occasion. And they put 2 more on the board. Let's take a look here on our replay.
The quarterback actually did a great job of, denying a touchdown.
Yeah.
He recovered it, and he's given up a safety, but it's less than a defensive touchdown.
Absolutely.
In that particular instance. So
good look there on our Massillon cable replay. So the Wildcats pick up 2 more. And didn't mean to interrupt your train of thought there, but if you wanted to continue that, we've got some time now. They've got a couple of plays you were talking about, so they can.
Yeah, coverage never defends anything. Playing coverage well, defends something in the passing game.
Yep.
But if they're playing a coverage, like at the beginning of the game, they were in cover 3, and so Danny If's probably calling his cover 3 beaters.
Right.
Coach Matt is probably calling his cover 3 or cover 2 beaters, depending upon the coverage that they have. But there's always an outlet. There's generally an answer. It may not be a chunk play, but well-designed offenses have some kind of an answer for whatever front and whatever coverage teams play. And these 2 guys are well coached, and they've already demonstrated that.
Yep. Well, we are coming to you live tonight from Canton South, which we will do from several venues throughout the season. And our Altman Hospital radio game tonight, live on 1480 WHBC and Mix 94.1, is Glen Oak at Massillon. So that one, the guys out there Here's a kick, the free kick, and it's going to be taken at the 32-yard line. South with the football, and being brought down is Rome Cox. As Rome Cox takes it across the 40 to the 42-yard line, and that's where Canton South will start their next offensive possession. I want to remind everybody, stick around, if you will, at halftime. Billy Beebe's got a couple of really good interviews coming up for us. He's got a couple of folks joining him. The head girls tennis coach, Rob Dorshek, will be with him, and the head girls golf coach, Dave Mullett, will be joining Billy. So he's got a couple of folks joining him at halftime. So stick around for that as well. So Canton South now will go on offense, leading 9-7. Just underway here, second quarter. Here's a handoff, Culver, and trying to bounce it outside. Gets about 5 on the carry, so not a bad carry that time on first down for Zion Culver.
Yeah, inside run left, defended well, and he bounced it to the outside to get a 5-yard gain.
So second down and 5.
Dover playing more of a too-high defensive look, trying to deny South those pitch and catch patterns to the wideout, especially into the boundary.
And we've got whistles and
procedure.
Yep. Okay. Yep. I was looking around for the flag.
First penalty of the game.
Is that the first? Okay. Bob tells us the first penalty of the ball game, and that's all right.
That's great. That's the way you want it to be.
That's right. So 10 minutes here in the second quarter. We've got our first penalty. After this play, we'll send it down to our sideline guy, Billy Beebe. 9:58 and counting on the clock. Second down and 10. Pucci back to throw again. Throws, has a man, nice catch. And enough for the first down for the Wildcats. Coming up with the catch is Tavon Castle. Or was that Castle? Nope, it was Pugh. So Pugh with the catch, first down, and the Wildcats will continue to move the chains. Let's take it down to the field with our Friends and Family Credit Union sideline report. Here's Billy Beebe.
All right, Frank, in my hand, I've got WHBCSports.com pulled up right now. I can give you all the scores from around the area. Mayfield leading Jackson 13-7. Green and South Range 0-0. Malvern a 13-0 lead over Coshocton. As a big run by Poochie Snyder there. Tuslaw leads Chippewa 7-0. Carrollton trailing Philo 7-0. Perry and St. Vincent St. Mary tied at 7-7. Lake and Boardman tied at 7-7. Avon leads Canton McKinley 7-0. Our game right here is currently sitting at 9-7. Hoover trails Hudson 14-0. Northwest up 14-7 over Marlington. Norwayne up 6-0 over Central Catholic. And Maslin right now on our radio game leading Glen Oak 21-0. Check out WHBCSports.com. You can check out our score tracker.
All right, thank you, Billy. And while we were away there with you, Poochie Snyder had a 20-yard run for the Wildcats, and that time that was Culver not getting a whole lot there. I think he didn't get anything. Yeah, so second down and 10.
Yeah, Poochie's chunk play was a reaction to real good pass rush by Dover. It wasn't a designed run, but he's got that capability to scramble when necessary. I like the fact that he doesn't do it more than necessary.
So brings up second down and 10. Pugh going to go in motion now for the Wildcats. Poochie going to roll right. Looking, has time, throws. Boy, he throws a bullet. A nice catch at the 15-yard line. And that is going to be another first down for the Wildcats.
Nice route design to the 3-receiver side. The outside receiver ran a curl. Inside receiver ran a flat, and the middle guy ran what we call a wheel route. So they're flooding that side of the field to the trip side, and as the coverage deploys, the curl ended up being wide open.
So we've got a whistle and a referee's timeout on the field. Oh, he's well, that's something new, and I didn't mean to chuckle there, but they are making sure that the knee pads are covering the knees this year on the uniforms. He pointed to one of the backs defensive backs for Dover made him pull him down. Somebody over to the sideline. Not sure what this one's about, though.
It may be the beginning of a cramp.
Okay.
He's limping in his favor in the right leg.
Okay.
Comes off the field.
Maybe an injury there. So good job by the referees. They noticed a couple things, and they wanted to make sure that we got a young man that was hurting off the field, and then dress code violation. All right, 1st and 10, 8:04 to go on the clock. Snyder going to go in the shotgun again. Throws, end zone, got a man wide open. Touchdown, Wildcats. And what a catch that time by Tavon Castle as he brings it in.
Nice route design to the two-man side. The outside receiver ran a short post. Inside receiver ran a wheel behind it. Got the corner overplaying the post, and so we've got a wide open receiver and the deep outside third for a touchdown.
It's a great play call, great execution there. Landon White, the extra point is up, and the extra point is good. 7:57 to go here in the second quarter, and the Wildcats have extended their lead to 9, 16-7. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Are you looking for something different? At Friends and Family Credit Union, our success is defined by you. Our goal is to improve your financial needs and better your lifestyle. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. Our friendly staff is fully committed to serving over 11,000 of its members.
What are you waiting for? Stop into one of our locations today and become a friend of the family.
And back here at Breck Bueller Stadium, Frank Salona, Coach Tom McDaniels, Billy Beebe, Bob Jeffries with it tonight. There is a kickoff, and looks like Dover fumbled it away, and the Wildcats have jumped on the football. So I don't know if it was planned or not, Coach, but that was a kind of a line drive kick and came off the hands of one of the receiving folks from Dover, and the Wildcats jump on it. Very fortunate. They've got it in great field position.
Well, I think the kick is by design. It isn't necessarily expected to recover it, but they haven't kicked the ball deep. They've what we call squib kicked every single time so far. The return team has to handle that, and the ball doesn't bounce like a basketball, and so it got away from them, and South jumped on it.
All right, after this play, we'll take a look at that Canton South scoring drive. So here's Snyder, gonna hand it off this time, and boy, Jerome Cox had nowhere to go that time as he was met by a whole army of tornadoes that time. Let's take a look at that start of scoring drive. Tom, you have it for us.
Yeah, I do. 6 plays, 58 yards for South. Time of possession, 2:46, relatively quick with some chunk plays at 7:57 of the second quarter. 13-yard TD pass from Snyder to Castle. Extra point, good.
So we are at 16-7, 7-18 and counting here in the second quarter. Here's Pucci throwing it out to Pugh, and Tyler Pugh in the flat takes it and gets pushed out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. So pickup of 5 brings up 3rd down and 8.
Pucci does a great job at distributing the ball to all of his guys. I'm not sure that the 5 different guys now have catches. His favorite guy is the guy that's open. I remember Tom Brady saying that one time a long time ago.
Yeah.
And he's not holding the ball. He's not being stubborn and waiting on something else to open. The best thing available is the first thing available a lot of times.
Pucci going to step up and throw, has a receiver at the 20-yard line and taking it inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. A great pitch and catch that time. And with the football is Tavon Castle.
We've seen that route design completed. That's that dig route or crossing route, deep crossing route. Again, Pucci kept the play alive by stepping up in the pocket and gave the receiver time to clear defenders.
20-yard pickup, Bob tells us. So 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line. The Wildcats knocking on the door again. They are in the Sarshone Auto Group red zone. Here is a handoff to Jerome Cox, and Jerome Cox gets it to the 10-yard line. So a pickup of 4 yards.
South again demonstrating great patience in the run game. They had a tight end, an attached tight end that time. Did not have 4 wideouts and ran to that tight end. When you have a tight end, it gives the defense an extra gap to defend, and they ran it off tackle left to the tight end. There it is again.
Romy Cox back in the backfield again for the Wildcats. He's your bruising back, and he's going to block this time as Pucci rolls right, throws, end zone, has a man, and caught for the touchdown.
He released the ball before the receiver finished his route.
Tavon Castle again. Tavon Castle with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yep, it's like a deep out cut, and the ball's in the air. When the receiver comes out of his cut, he finds it in the air. Great timing, and it's tough to defend when you have that kind of timing between quarterback and receiver.
Boy, this offense can score, and they can score quickly. Extra point is up, and it is good. So, with 5:57 to go now in the 2nd quarter of play, Canton South has extended their lead to 16. Wildcats lead it 23-7. We'll be back right after this.
Around here, we like to cheer for the local team, and MCTV is here to connect you to the game. MCTV provides reliable, high-speed internet and Wi-Fi. From checking scores online, to streaming games or watching replays, or even playing the game yourself, we've got the speed you need. Call today to add or upgrade internet service. We're connecting what matters most. MCTV. We go the extra smile.
We provide both service like preventative maintenance on your local residential house. We provide custom ductwork. We do residential and commercial HVAC, and we do refrigeration for restaurants, for gas stations. We can fix your furnace, or we can fix your rooftop at your place of business, and you want someone that's experienced and done it all to make sure your home is comfortable and the temperature you like it.
And back here at Canton South, as the Wildcats have tacked on another one, they lead 23-7. 5:57 to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. Here's another kick, a squib kick. This one's still bouncing around. They better jump on it, and they don't, and Canton South gets another one. Oh, my. You know, Coach, I was talking with Matt Dennison. What is today, Friday? I talked to him yesterday, and I was asking him about his game against St. Clairsville, and he said, you know, we had some problems on special teams. We worked on it, and we worked on it, and we worked on it, and now special teams has gotten them 2 turnovers.
Yeah, that kind of kickoff is intentional. We call it a squib kick. And if you anticipate it, you know, your second-level guys in your kick return deployment, they have to be ready and available to take a good bounce, and there was a good bounce.
Yep.
Somebody passed it up, and lo and behold, it's another turnover for Dover.
So the Wildcats back on offense. Pucci steps. Oh, he's got a man wide open in the end zone, and it is a touchdown. What a catch, and what a throw. And guess who? Number 3, Tavon Castle, has his 3rd of the first half. What a throw, though, that time, and what a catch.
Good call following the turnover.
Yeah.
First down.
Coach,
take a shot.
We're going to have you go back-to-back on scoring drives because we've got 2 scores. We haven't even gotten to the one before this one. So the Wildcats are scoring so fast that we're going to have to get you 2 in a row here. That is Landon White tacking on the extra point. It is 30-7. Just like that, the Wildcats have stretched the lead out. I tell you what, let's just keep it right here, and we'll have I'll tell you what, Coach, go ahead and do the previous scoring drive, and we'll get back and give you the second one after that.
Okay, we got 2 quick scoring drives back to back. The previous one was 5 plays, 36 yards. Time of possession 155. 10-yard TD pass from Snyder to Castle. Extra point was good. That occurred at 5:57 of the second quarter. Following the recovered kickoff, in one play, good call to go ahead and take a shot following the turnover. It's a one-play drive, 28 yards at 5:46 the second quarter. Only 7 seconds time of possession, 28-yard TD pass from Snyder to Castle. We've heard that already 3 times.
Exactly. Wow, this offense can turn it on. And big part of that offense is Poochie Snyder and Tavon Castle. So they extend their lead to 30-7. And Castle has 8 catches, 106 yards, and 3 touchdowns here in the first half. Here's another squib kick, and this time they pick it up, and they return it across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. And that's where Dover will finally get back on offense.
Yeah, well played by number 13 for Dover. He had a good hop, and he took it.
Jonah Marks, he's a backup quarterback.
Yep. And I worked with Jonah some in the offseason. He's a backup quarterback. It's a heady play and a nice job by him.
This is Dover's second play of the quarter.
Good field position for Dover.
Bob tells us this is Dover's second play of this quarter, and there's a minute to go. Or I'm sorry, no, what's wrong with the scoreboard? It went crazy. 5:40 to go.
5:40.
They had 1 minute left on there, so I don't know what was going on. They got it corrected.
That's plenty of time for Dover.
Oh, yeah.
More than enough.
Judkins now in the shotgun. Looking, throws, has a man wide open at the 45. And across the 45 to the 47-yard line is Caden Shee.
That's Dover's variation of the curl route. Not identical to what South ran, but it's similar offense. Again, Dover's back in the empty set, so there are 3 receivers to one side, two receivers to the other.
Brings up another first down here as the Tornadoes now move the football. Here is a handoff. Oh, read greatly. A handoff to Clark, and the Wildcat defense was right there to make the stop for a loss.
Well, when you're in the empty set and they motion a wideout back who becomes a running back, they've done it previously, so South can anticipate, if they're moving one of the wideouts back to a running back position, it may suggest run.
That might have been Karovic, I believe.
Fricky.
Yeah,
was it Fricky? Okay, it was Fricky making that tackle for a loss. So empty backfield again. Here is a pass across the middle. It's going to be picked off. Return to the 49-yard line of Dover. And with the catch is number 2, and that is Frazier. Mateon Frazier. And just like that, another turnover.
Number 8. It's number 8.
Oh, was it 8? Okay.
Yes.
That's Hill. It's in on Hill.
Yeah, again, numbers difficult.
They are hard to read. Boy, South has got those gray, kind of a darker gray jersey with the red numbers and kind of blends in a little bit.
Dover tried to run 4 verticals.
Yeah.
In the corner to the field, who's responsible for the outside defender. He did a really nice job of playing off his defender and playing to the receiver, running up the hash, and he picked the ball.
There is a double reverse flicker, and Poochie doesn't really have anywhere to throw it, so he pointed downfield and he tucked it under. So good coverage downfield. They didn't fall for it that time.
Well, they had him early, but Poochie didn't have comfort in the pocket following the fake reverse.
Yeah. That takes a little bit of time to develop.
Well, sure it does.
Yeah.
Sure it does.
Yeah. Hey, I want to remind everyone again, don't forget to stick around halftime. We've got Billy Beebe with a couple interviews coming in at halftime. We'll have the head girls tennis coach, the head girls golf coach from Canton South with him live down on the field. So stick around for that. We'll check in with Billy here in a minute. There is a pass caught and fumbled a football. Was Trey Wilson. It's going to be a turnover.
That's a bubble screen. The ball's completed to the wide out in the backfield. The other two receivers to the trip side block for him. It's getting the ball in space to a guy that knows what to do with it. He just didn't secure the ball. First break of the game, turnover-wise, for Dover.
So they get it back with 3:33 to go. Let's send it down on the field. Here's Billy Beebe, brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. Billy.
Hey guys, a lot happening down on this bottom left. We've seen 2 squib kicks, and then we've also seen the 2 touchdowns. Poochie Snyder and Tavon Castle, where have we seen those 2 names? The 2022 1480 WHBC All-County team. Those were the 2 representatives from Canton South. Here they are doing their thing.
And rightly so. Good call there, Billy. Here is a swing pass caught, and with some running room is that is J.J. Burton. And Burton takes it inside the 45 to about the 42-yard line for the Tornadoes. So
that's a good, safe answer following the turnover. Get something positive, and let's restart the drive, move the chains.
3:15 and counting, so Tornadoes have some time. They need to get on the scoreboard, though. Judkins looking over, getting the call. 5 receivers in the pattern, nothing new for Dover. They love that empty set. Here is a wide receiver screen, and taking it is Hughes. Hughes has running room inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line, and not a bad play call again there, Coach.
No, that's the outside receiver coming back toward the quarterback. You know, the bubble has the receiver going away from the quarterback. It's a standard staple play, you know, in 3-by-1 sets, or in this particular case, empty.
Mm-hmm.
The other receiver has to block for him. He did a good job of that, and they got a nice gain. They're threatening.
So it is a 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. The Tornadoes moving the football here offensively. Empty backfield. Here is Judkins going to run it this time. Has some running room up the middle. Gets it all the way to the 15-yard line. So a pickup of 9 that time. Brings up 2nd down and 1.
Yep, South brought pressure off the edge to the field. Again, this is a matter of a good play call at the right time. Good gain up the middle. Dover's fragile confidence at this particular point is probably getting stronger with the success of this drive.
Clock counting, 2:20. Here is Judkins again. Not much that time, got about 2. But he got enough for the 1st down, so they'll move the chains.
That's that zone read that you know, was popular and still is. Came into vogue not too long ago. Bring the back from the wideout position, and they ride him. The quarterback read keep rather than give, and got a short gain. But enough for a 1st down.
Well, this Dover offense, when I was talking with Coach If this week, he says they're still trying to find their personality. And, you know, after a game against Green, I know it was, you know, struggle for them. That's a very good Green team, and they're trying to really start developing their passing game. So it's still a young work in progress. So now we've got a timeout on the field. I want to remind everybody about our Saturday morning huddle. A great turnout for the Saturday morning huddle last week. A great high school football recap with coaches and players every Saturday morning on YouTube and WHBC.com, starting at 10 a.m. live and on demand anytime with Kenny Rhoda and Billy Beebe. Relive all the great games from Friday night and find out more about the ones you missed. So great show. Billy and Kenny do a great job bringing coaches and players and a lot of guests there. So get a chance to tune in for that one.
I want to mention this. Danny If just did something that I don't see high school head coaches do very often. It's very commonplace in the NFL. He let time run off the clock, used a timeout, and if I'm reading this correctly, Danny would like to score but not leave time on the clock for South. And again, that happens in the NFL every half of every game. They all do it, but you don't see high school coaches do that very often. But I'm pretty certain that that's what Dan If did.
Yeah. All right, that's a great point.
Well, and he's still got 142 to play with.
Right.
From good field position.
Yep. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Here is a handoff, and going inside the 5 is J.J. Barton. And Barton
He's a good football player.
Yeah, he is.
Both as a receiver and as a runner.
They're going to say he was down right at the 5-yard line, so brings up 2nd down and 2 now from the 5-yard line.
Clock's still running. They can get another first down. No big hurry.
And like you said, Coach, don't want to leave too much time for Poochie Snyder.
No, a lot of high school coaches are going as fast as they can, but it makes perfect sense to me. I know why Danny's doing it.
Yep. Here's Barton in motion again. Fake the handoff. Judkins going to keep it into the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah, and Dan might be mad at him for leaving 55 seconds on the clock.
Take your time, son. Take your time. No, he got in there, and I'm sure he's happy.
Yes.
Judkins with a touchdown run from the 5-yard line. So the Tornadoes get back on the scoreboard and make it a 30 to. It's not right, is it, Bob? We got
30 to.
Should be
30 to 13.
30 to 13. They've got 30 to 16 on the scoreboard. So the extra point now from Jamison Marlott. And the hold is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 55 seconds remaining here in the first half, the Wildcats have a 30 to 14 lead. We'll be back right after this timeout. All right, we are back here at Canton South as the Wildcats and the Tornadoes putting some points on the board. We've got 44 points here in the first half. Here's the kickoff after the Dover Tornadoes answered that last score, and they have punched it in themselves, and now the Wildcats will start at around their 15-yard line, and with that SARTA scoring drive. Here's Tom.
Dover, with 55 seconds remaining in the second quarter, a 6-play drive, 56 yards, a time of possession 2:38. They accomplished two things. They took time off the clock and they scored. 5-yard TD run by Jadkins. Extra point was good. South 30, Dover 14.
All right, remind everybody again, we'll have halftime festivities, our Old Carolina halftime show. Billy Beebe will have a couple of guests down on the field for an interview, and Tom and I will be back a little bit later on, talk about that first half, give you some stats and scores and all kinds of good stuff. So here's Poochie, going to throw across the middle. Oh, it's intercepted off the hands of the receiver and intercepted by the Tornadoes. And coming up with the football was Caden Shee off the hands of the receiver, and that's a big break.
Yeah, that's a good throw by Poochie. That's just mishandled by the receiver and the defender in coverage behind him. It's an easy, fortuitous turnover for Dover here.
Six turnovers in the game, 3 each.
Wow, Tom.
How about that?
Bobby says six turnovers in the game.
That's
they each
ulcers
have 3.
and headaches, for me if I'm coaching, or anybody, obviously. If they can score with this possession.
So, Judkins has 46 seconds of which to work with here. And he and his Tornado offense out on the field. He's going to run this one inside the 30 to the 20. Well, he got all the way to the 25-yard line before they brought him down. And Dover's going to take a quick timeout. So 37 seconds.
I think that's their second.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. 37 seconds remain here. And Tom, while we have a second, I want to congratulate you. Earlier this summer, you and several others were named to the National High School Hall of Fame, which is going to be it's set up here in Canton, Ohio. And what a great honor for you, I'm sure. And congratulations from all of us. And we're very proud of your accomplishments. I know I've followed your career for many, many years. And what's that mean to you, and how did you hear about it?
Well, it's a significant honor, and I'm just a recipient of being at the right place at the right time, often in my life. And any time an individual gets an award like that, it's again, there's nobody more so than a head coach that's dependent upon other people for his success.
Yeah.
And, I attribute the players that I had at Canton, the coaches I had at Canton, the same in Warren. It's a career thing, but I was at the right place, right time at two historically and traditionally good public schools, Division I public schools, and it's a matter of, again, being at the right place at the right time.
Well, again, congratulations.
Thank you so
on that
much.
honor.
I appreciate that.
So the Tornadoes now with 37 seconds, second down and 3, as Judkins now will take the snap. Looking, and we've got whistles. And what happened? Oh, was it a procedure? Okay.
Yeah, movement between the two receivers on Dover's sideline prior to the snap.
Move them back. So it remains second down, but this time it'll be second down and 8.
Yeah, that'll only be significant if they end the half 5 yards from the goal.
That's right. That's right. So the
empty
Tornadoes have one timeout, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep, empty set, you're right.
Pressure.
Blood throws, has a man, Barton, at the 5 into the end zone. And look at that, Dover with a touchdown with 27 seconds remaining. Oh, my.
Oh, my.
I did not expect that.
Well, we have a ball game, and again, Dover answered because of a turnover.
Yeah. They took advantage of the turnover, and they put points on the scoreboard, and it is a 30-20 game pending the extra point.
And I'm certain that Dan Ift is happy that he left 55 seconds on the clock.
Right. I think he wanted it down to about 27. Now he got 27.
With a score.
Yeah, with a score.
Yeah.
So, unbelievable turn of events here. As Bob, you're going to run out of pencil lead there.
Well, he's got a stack of summary cards.
Well,
here, so.
That's a good thing. I have to do a rap later on tonight for Brian called into the station, and I'm going to have a stack of cue cards there to go through.
Push comes to shove, he can write on the back.
Turn it over. Well, he is a teacher, so he probably went to the teacher. What's those?
In-service
store.
I printed them myself.
Oh, you printed those yourself? Okay, I was going to say. Thought maybe you went to the teacher section in the store there and bought those cue cards.
50 points in the first half.
Yeah.
And 27 seconds left to go.
Still got time.
Yeah.
Still got time.
Dover's guy is number 7.
Yeah.
Barton. He's a very good football player, both as a runner and as a receiver. And he's come up big tonight. Senior, 6 foot 180. He's a good football player.
Hey, while we get a minute, I want to remind everybody about Let's Grow Together. Don't miss our weekly call-in show with Roar's Nursery and Garden Center. Let's Grow Together every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Pam Cook hosts the show with Matt and Rachel from Roar's. Great info all year long. I called into that show one time because I had a question about a tree in my yard, and I'll tell you what, they answered it, and my tree's doing great. So if you've got questions about anything like that, that's a great show to listen to.
I got tree problems. I want that name and phone number when we're done here.
You got it. Roar's Nursery. All right, they're going to go for 2. There is a pass caught. And did he get in? I don't think. Oh, he did. Yes, he did. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And let's see. Who was that young man?
6.
6 for the Tornadoes. That is Sean Baumberger, and Baumberger makes it a 30-22 game. It's an 8-point game. It's one score. It's a one-score game now with 27 seconds remaining.
Dover Spartan has 5 catches for 71 yards and 2 TDs. So it wasn't just my imagination when I called him a football player.
Yeah, you're right. All right, Coach, you've got that Sarda scoring drive real quick by the Tornadoes.
Yes, absolutely. Following the turnover, 2 plays, 33 yards, scoring with 27 seconds left in the second quarter. Time of possession, only 9 seconds. 31-yard TD pass from Judkins to Barton. 2-point conversion, also good. South 30, Dover 22. We've got a ball game.
All right, sounds good. So, Coach, when you call in to the Roars Nursery Let's Grow Together show, just, Tom from Canton, you've got a question. I'm sure Pam will not even recognize you, will she? She's listening right now. She's making a note. Listen, wait for Tom to call in.
Yeah, she's critiquing our performance, what she's doing.
Yeah. There is
nice
a kickoff.
Deep kick, yep.
And they're going to let it go into the end zone. And no time off the clock because it never started. But 30-22, 52 points here in the first quarter or first half.
Take notice, Dover's kicker is excellent.
Yeah, he is.
And who knows? I mean, if it comes down to some kind of a field goal or something like that at the end of the ball game to win it, I'd say they have the advantage right now because he's a really, really good kicker. That was 4 or 5 yards deep in the end zone. Okay. What does South do now?
Here we go. Will they play it conservative or were they? Nope. Yeah, they will. Here's Pucci going to run it, and he's tackled at about the 24-yard line, and that might be the last play of the first half as South will take their time here, and I don't know if they're going to run a play.
Yeah, that's it.
Nope. So they will let it wind down, and that will be the end of the first half of play. Our score here at halftime, it is Canton South 30 and Dover 22. We've got a lot of great things for you here at halftime. Billy Beebe will be with us here in just a few minutes, has some great interviews, so stick around. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
Happy Sardiversary with Sarda rider Anthony. We're celebrating 25 years with our valued riders.
And I absolutely enjoy riding the buses. I get to know a few of the drivers, very respectful, very professional. Just an all-around about good experience. It helps people get to where they're going. Disabled, veterans, or people going to work.
Thanks to all our riders as we celebrate Sarda 25 at Sarda.
And back here at Breck Bueller Stadium in Canton South, it is 30-22, our halftime score. As, boy, what an exciting, entertaining first half of play between these two teams. And we'll send it down to Billy Beebe here in just about a minute or so. He is getting ready. He's got some special guests with him. But, it's... Coach, a real quick comment before we send it down to Billy here. What an exciting first half. And when South jumped out to a 30-7 lead, I thought, uh-oh, here we go. But Dover hung in there.
Hats off to Dover for not caving. And it isn't just, the lead that South generated. It's overcoming the disappointment of some some turnovers that presented scoring opportunities for South. You know, you got to manage outcomes well. That's I used to have that conversation with our players in August before the season even began. We're going to play great competition, and there are two possible outcomes. Either one has to be managed well if we expect to win the next week. But I hats off to Dover for managing the set of circumstances that they had and putting themselves back in the ballgame at this particular point.
Sounds great. Okay, I think Billy's ready down there. We're going to send it down to Billy Beebe. He's got some special guests with him down on the sideline. Billy, take it away.
All right, guys, we are down. Tennis team here at Canton South. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Break us down for us a little bit.
So we've got Emily Thompson here, senior captain. She's on a great roll. She's our first doubles player. She partners up with Abby Stinchcomb. She's a sophomore this year.
Oh, we are one in our season right now, but tennis.
4-0 in our conference, which is the NET Northeastern Tennis Conference, and we're looking forward to competing at the College of Worcester at the end of our season.
Coach, talk to us a little. You see from
on the court and off, she's a great.
I need to work. Dale.
We'll get the girls started. You know, at the end, we always do a chant together, and it's 1, 2, 3, work hard. So that's been our motto this season, just work hard. And at the end of some Friday practices this summer, we head over to Wendy's, and the girls have a good time, you know, just being teammates and getting together.
So for anybody unfamiliar, you know, from start of school year till whenever you guys are done.
Yeah, so we get started about second week of August, and so we're getting to the halfway point of our season. Next week we are 2 on the weeks, either 3 days.
And I'm gonna shoot back to you real quick. What is
She is such a positive person. I mean, I can go there for me. To someone, she's a first positive coach I think I've ever been with. The way she just cheers us on, and even if we're great job at what we're doing. And I think having a great coach like that really helps the.
Before I let you guys go, walk us through where people can check out Canton South.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
South Girls Tennis.
Okay, so we just got approved for a middle school program. We are the last program, fall sport, to get a middle school program together. They've got cross-country soccer.
Other coach is Dorchuk's son.
But yeah, we got the tennis team in there. So Mr. Craig Leeser.
Yeah, it's totally out.
Thank you for joining us, guys. We'll take a quick break. We'll have representatives from the girls' golf team here. Stay tuned.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
At Friends and Family Credit Union, you, the members, are the owners. Our friendly staff serves over 11,000 members, assisting with their financial needs and bettering their lifestyles.
Hi, I'm Gina, President and CEO of Friends and Family Credit Union, where we provide loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County.
Are you looking for something different? Stop in today to become a friend of the family.
Around here, we like to cheer for the local team, and MCTV is here to connect you to the game. MCTV provides reliable high-speed internet and Wi-Fi. From checking scores online, to streaming games or watching replays, or even playing the game yourself, we've got the speed you need. Call today to add or upgrade internet service. We're connecting what matters most. MCTV. We go the extra mile.
We provide both service like preventative maintenance on your local residential house. We provide custom ductwork. We do residential and commercial HVAC, and we do refrigeration for restaurants, for gas stations. We can fix your furnace or we can fix your rooftop at your place of business, and you want someone that's experienced and done it all to make sure your home is comfortable and the temperature you like it.
And welcome back here to Canton South High School. Halftime continues on our Old Carolina Barbecue halftime report. Let's send it back down on the field. Billy Beebe has more guests.
All right. For Mullet, I'm sorry. Make sure I got it right there. Today, who do we have with us?
Oh, this is my senior, Delaney Kruger, and the reason Canton South Girls Golf is relevant.
Delaney, thank you for joining. Excited to be at the game and talk a little golf.
Yes, I am. This is actually the first game I've attended this year. I'm pretty excited. Our team has done really well, and I'm glad I get to represent them.
Coach, this was for me. I wanted to spend this whole interview fixing my swing, but we'll stick to the program here. You guys made history recently, have had a very historic run. Talk to me about what the team's done.
Yeah, this is 8 years ago I had a vision, and it's now coming true. She is the biggest part of it. She brought competitiveness to Canton South Girls Golf, and now we are really deep. I not only have Delaney Kruger and Haley Franks as my 1 and 2, but I go 6 deep. Our depth is why we win, though, too. I mean, she leads us off, her and Haley, and then we're just deep all the way. 6 girls, we take 4 scores in matches, but 2 girls that are left out, they're still shooting very well. So that's really the reason we're 10-1, and they have other goals other than just 10-1. So we broke every school record last year, and hopefully we're going to do it again this year.
Love to hear. Coach Delaney, what got you inspired to play golf?
My entire family is actually into golf, and when I was 5 years old, I got put into the First Tee program. But I was involved in a lot of other sports as well. But my freshman year, I decided to quit all my other sports and focus on golf. And since then, I've kind of just gotten better every year, and I like the team aspect where even if I have a bad day, I have my team there to lift me up, and I know that they have my back no matter what, even though it is considered an individual sport.
When Coach says that you're very competitive, do you think of a specific moment?
I would say when we play teams like Carrollton and Marlington, or in like the big tournaments like sectionals and districts, because even though you're there as a team and you want to move on as a team, you still have to think about yourself and not just competing against the person you're with, but the course itself, because we play some very challenging courses that sometimes you just have to focus on that rather than who you're playing and what their record is.
All right, Coach, you talked about the past 8 years. You talked about what you're doing now. Give me a little glimpse into the future. What are you looking for?
This program is you take golf, such an individual sport, but we've turned it into the team atmosphere. So they really elevated to a team sport. Does that make sense? I've tried to do that, even though it's very hard because it's such an individual thing. But 8 years ago, golf didn't exist here. And now it's on the map, and now they've made it forever relevant. I can tell you, the girls coming, we have a JV team now, we have a middle school program. Things are looking good for Canton South Girls Golf.
All right, quick tip, Coach. How do I fix my slice? It's going to the right.
How does he fix his slice, Delaney?
Well, most of the time that means that your club head is open, so whenever you're following through, just try to bring your right elbow down a little bit more and try to square up that head to make it go straight rather than right.
I
Love
see a future golf coach right here.
I think so. Guys, thank you for joining us. Everybody, make sure you check out Canton South girls golf team this season. Appreciate you guys joining us.
Billy,
we'll send it back
appreciate
upstairs, and we'll get back to the game here soon.
Hey, Billy, thank you.
All right, Billy, thank you so much. Great job down there, and thank you to the coaches of the girls tennis and girls golf teams down here for Canton South. And I've got some slicing problems as well. I'm going to have to run down there and talk with that young lady, because it sounded like she knew what she was talking about. But, Coach, let's talk a little bit about this first half. Let's get back to football here for a second. It looked like South was ready to run them right out of the stadium. They went up 30-7, and Dover got a turnover. They quick score, and then another turnover, another score, and they are right back in this one. Only one score game, 30-22 here at halftime.
Right. I give the coaching staff and the players credit for putting bad play, prior to the second half run, the second quarter run that they had, not being haunted by that, and then going through the motions, or being so dismayed that they played terribly and got blown out. They overcame that, managed those circumstances to get the result that they have, and they got to be thrilled. And South, even though they have a lead, they can't be happy about what transpired.
Well, you've got some halftime numbers here, and I think it's all going to prove itself here when we take a look at these numbers. And both these teams really doing some damage offensively.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Canton South 30, Dover 22. Rushing yards, Dover had 56 rushing yards, Canton South 59. Pretty similar results there. In the passing game, Dover with 105 passing yards, and Canton South 165. First downs, Dover 10, South 14. Total yards, Dover 161 and Canton South 224. Dover's got good results, not necessarily outstanding statistics, because they had a short field on more than one occasion. So the scores matter. Yards don't necessarily reveal that. But each team with 3 turnovers, nobody can be happy about that. Only 2 penalties, one apiece for 5 yards. Individual stat leaders for South, Poochie Snyder has 20 passing attempts, 15 completions, 165 yards, 3 TDs, but he's got 2 interceptions to boot. Poochie Snyder also happens to be the leading rusher for South, 6 rushes, 45 yards, 1 touchdown. Tavon Castle, 8 catches, 106 yards, and 3 TDs. Dover, individual, Jack Judkins, 9 attempts, 8 completions. That's almost perfect. 105 yards, 2 TDs, and interception. Jack Judkins, like Poochie, leading rusher, 6 carries, 30 yards, 1 score. And J.J. Barton, 5 catches, 71 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
All right, Coach, thank you so much. As we continue on here with our Old Carolina Barbecue halftime report, we'll take a timeout and come back and discuss a little more about what to look for here in the third quarter right after these timeouts.
Get your day started with Pam Cook. She's like your own personal smartphone, and she's fully charged. We're hands-free, news and information. 1480 WHBC.
The Earth is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us.
Copy that. Aim higher, man.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Massillon, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
Happy Sardiversary with Sarda rider Anthony. We're celebrating 25 years with our valued riders.
And I absolutely enjoy riding the buses. I get to know a few of the drivers, very respectful, very professional. Just an all-around about good experience. It helps people get to where they're going. Disabled, veterans, or people going to work.
Thanks to all our riders as we celebrate Sarda 25 at Sarda.
And welcome back here to Breck Bueller Stadium on the campus of really a beautiful new Canton South High School and all the facilities here. And we want to thank them for making us feel welcome here as we broadcast live this ball game between Canton South and Dover. Frank Salona, Billy Beebe, our sideline reporter. Bob Jeffries is our statistician. Casey Claxton is our producer tonight. And joining us is our guest analyst. Tom, you'll be around for about 2 or 3 weeks here, I believe. Hall of Fame high school football coach Tom McDaniels, and obviously, Tom, we value and appreciate you being with us, certainly in the broadcast here as we try something new this year with our YouTube video games of the week, and we feel that we've got some great ball games lined up for everyone. This one here tonight is a special game so far. We had a good one last week as well, so we look forward to having you with us here next couple of weeks, and look forward to maybe extending that as the season goes.
Yeah, I'm having a great time, and appreciate the invitation. And when I'm in town, I'm going to make certain that I'm available. Obviously, we've got an NFL season approaching in a few weeks, and so and I've got a grandson playing football at John Carroll.
Okay.
So we've got other football opportunities that will command my attention, and appreciate the fact that you're going to take me when I'm available, and you're willing to let me go and do those things too, because those are important.
Well, you're very fortunate, obviously, and you know this. You've got Ben, who's down in Texas with the Houston Texans, and obviously Josh, who we followed his career from New England, now out as the head coach of the Los Angeles Raiders, and I know you get a chance to see both boys and do their thing. It's got to be a great feeling, a great time of year for you and Chris, and really enjoying yourselves.
Well, just as importantly, we have 8 grandkids, but 7 of them live away.
Wow.
So when we go to a Raiders game, we've got 4 grandkids there that we get to see, and when we go to a Texans game, we got 3 grandkids there that we get to see. So it's a great combination of football and grandkids and sons and daughters-in-law, so it's good in all regards.
Works out great for you.
Yep.
That's good to hear, and we're glad you're with us here in a few broadcasts. We can steal you for a few weeks. That'd be great, and we enjoy having you, and we look forward to many more. I was just thinking today, and you and I talked about this a while ago. I think I first met you back when we were on the Stark County Sports Committee with Sharon Serpillo was the sports manager, the chamber thing.
Correct.
And we were talking. I talked to Sharon about this many times. And there were some unbelievable people on that committee that have gone on to do great things.
We brought the state championship football games to Stark County.
Yes,
absolutely. Great collaboration between Massillon and Canton.
Yep.
As it should be, and I was glad to be a part of that. I was past president of the Coaches Association, and no better place to have it than here in Stark County.
Oh, yeah, and I know we worked hard as a committee, and I know all those folks did a lot, the chamber and everyone, in bringing the state high school football championships here to Stark County, and honestly, I hope they never leave, because they are so much fun for everyone involved here in Stark County to get involved in, and it's great for our economy as well.
Yeah, the only thing that I might have done differently, and I'm long past serving in that capacity, we wouldn't have gotten the state championships without Massillon's collaboration, and I actually feel bad that they don't get to host games.
Yeah.
You know, that the games are all played in Canton, and you know, that may not play with some of the Canton McKinley diehard people, but it's just a fact. We'd have never gotten the games without using the two venues. You know, and it was great collaboration between the two communities, even though we're, you know, bitter rivals. So that's just my 2 cents relative to that.
No, that's a good point. So, no, we really appreciate that as we await both teams now as they make their way out on the field as we're getting set to start this third quarter. And let's not forget, Dover gets the football. They deferred, if you remember, and now they will get the football to start this third quarter.
Yeah, they deferred for this exact situation. You know, that's why you do that, because you want the ball first in the third quarter, and considering the circumstances that played out in the first half, you know, this is exactly why they did that.
So the Wildcats will tee it up, and their kicker, Landon White, has it set at the 40-yard line, near hash mark. We are underway here in the third quarter. Short kick taken by Clark, and Clark has some running room, gets it all the way out to the 40-yard line, so pretty good field position there for the Tornadoes as they start their first drive here in the third quarter.
Got good blocking on the return, and a lot of times people, they don't run right or left or middle returns. They return it where you catch it, and then the blockers, you know, identify where that happens to be, and so they got good field position to start their first possession of the second half.
Yep. So the Tornadoes come out on offense. Their quarterback, Jack Judkins.
Only a sophomore.
He's just a sophomore, yeah. I was just about to say that. He is looked pretty well here tonight. They've got a late guy coming out on the field. Finally got Bruno out on the field, Colin Bruno. Going to throw left this time. Caught and short gain, about 2 yards.
Dover, I saw this late in the second quarter. They're looking to the sideline because South is now disguising the coverage. They started with 2 high safeties, and during the play prior to the snap, they went to 1 high safety, and so Dover's trying to counter with the right play call versus whatever look South presents to them.
Going to go trips on the near side and 2 wide receivers far side. There's a pass. Got a man wide open at the 35-30. Breaks a tackle and making his way down inside the 10-yard line. A great throw that time to a wide open receiver. And that was Clark, Dalen Clark. And, Coach, they had to have seen something on that side there.
That's a veteran throw by that sophomore quarterback.
Yeah.
It was, you know, the receiver did not have to break stride, caught it in stride, and got good yak following the catch.
Yep.
49 yards.
So 49 yards on the reception, and Dover is inside the Sarstone Auto Group red zone. Here is a fake handoff, and Judkins keeps it, and he is brought down for a short gain. It'll be second down and goal from the 7-yard line.
Yep. I can't tell whether that was a designed quarterback keep off the play fake, or if it was a version of the zone read. A lot of times they'll take the back on the left and run him to the right, and the quarterback will watch the defensive end to his left. And if he closes, he keeps the ball, and if he doesn't close, he gives it. Modest gain.
So brings up second down and goal. They mark it at the 6-yard line. There's a quarterback keeper, and not going anywhere is Judkins. Really, he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, if that.
It's no surprise that when you're in empty, as often as Dover is, the quarterback is the ball carrier.
Yeah.
You know, he's the quarterback, he's the tailback. Those are both designed runs for him.
Actually, he lost 2 yards. Brings up third and goal from the 8. Now they're going to go trips on the near side. Two wide receivers far side, so they've got South spread out.
Looks like South is manned up in coverage.
Yep. A man in motion, back to throw. And now he's going to keep it. Flag is down. Into the end zone is Judkins, but a flag is down. Let's check that out. And it's going to go against Dover.
Yeah. The last thing that defensively you want to be in when you're in man coverage is a quarterback that scrambles, because you're manned up on all the eligibles, but nobody's manned up on you.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was the right decision by the quarterback. Just disappointing, I'm certain, for the penalty.
So they will back him up. Original line of scrimmage was the 8, so it'll be back to the 18-yard line now. 3rd and goal from the 18. So Judkins in the empty set. Again, same formation, trips on the near side, 2 wide receivers far. Going to spread them out even further. Back to throw. Plenty of time. Looks over across the middle. Has the receiver into the end zone for the score is Caden Shee. And Dover is just a 2-point conversion away from tying this ball game.
Key to that play was the time he had for the route designed to unfold, because it didn't open up immediately. But he had great time, great protection. Give those guys up front credit for allowing that play to happen. Persistent effort by the young man who scored the touchdown, and good ball. And the drama increases.
They will go for 2 here to see if they can tie this up. Just underway here. First drive of the second half, 9:19 to go. Here is Judkins throwing, end zone, and did he get it? No, out of bounds, incomplete. So South holds on the 2-point conversion, but the Tornadoes pull within 2, 9:19 to go here, third quarter. It is Canton South 30, Dover 28. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
It's Kenny and JT.
Can you lose one game and still play for a national championship? Yes.
No, not necessarily. You cannot lose a game in your division of the Big Ten.
He's got an opinion, and he has got an opinion. The Kenny and JT Show. Weekdays between 3 and 7 on WHBC.
All right, we are back here at Breck Buehler Stadium in Canton South. Frank Salona, Tom McDaniels, Billy Beebe, and Bob Jeffries with you tonight as this one is getting very interesting. 30-28, Canton South with a 2-point lead. We'll check in with our Billy Beebe here after the kickoff and have that scoring drive for you as well. Here is the kick, and that one is going to go into the end zone. Let's check down on the field with our sideline reporter, brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. Billy Beebe, what's going on down there?
All right, Frank, something maybe Coach can speak to a little more. Not something we saw in the Jackson game, not something we see from Dover, but with Canton South, Poochie Snyder getting the play, he comes back to his coach every single time to get the delivery of that. Perhaps Coach McDaniels can elaborate a little more on both the benefits of that and why maybe Canton South does it.
Okay. Sounds good. And Coach, I remember Josh, when he was quarterback for you, he ran back and forth with plays, didn't he?
No, we signaled.
Oh, did you signal? Okay.
We signaled that
I thought I remember him running back, but maybe not. Okay. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. That is Jerome Cox with the carry for the Wildcats, and Jerome Cox gets it out to the, let's see where they end up marking it, 30-yard line. So another first down for Canton South. Coach, after this play, we'll take a look at that Sarda scoring drive, and then I'll let you answer Billy.
Okay.
Poochie gonna hand it off. Cox again trying to muscle his way to the 33-yard line, and that's where he will go down. So pickup of 3 brings up 2nd down and 7. Coach, you've got that start of scoring drive.
Yes, Dover, great beginning to the second half for them. 5 plays, 60 yards, scored at 9:19 of the third quarter. Time possession 241, 60 total yards, 18-yard TD pass from Judkins to Shee. 2-point conversion failed. South 30, Dover 28. 21 straight points for Dover.
Here's Pucci going to throw, has a man at the 44, across midfield, and brought down at the 49-yard line of Dover. And that is Castle, the receiver.
Castle does a really nice job of, it's a curl route, and he's sitting down in the zone. Against zone defenses, receivers who drift are not quarterback friendly. He didn't drift.
Yeah.
He found the empty spot. He found the void. He sat down, and Pucci delivered.
So it's a 1st and 10 at the Dover 49-yard line. Got trips on the near side this time. Here's a handoff. And that one is going to get to about the 46-yard line. Let's check that. It might have been Culver that time. Let's see. A little darker out here and harder to read the numbers.
South employs a tight end sparingly, but when they do, we can expect a run to that tight end side. That was off tackle run to the tight end side away from the trips formation. I'm also sure they've got a wrinkle off of that we haven't seen.
Yeah, that was.
Because this is predictable right now.
That was Rome Cox on the carry. Again, trips on the near side, same formation, fake to Cox, throws, man wide open, 30, 25, and brought down is Tyler Pugh inside the 25. And, you know, to Billy's point, you see Pucci coming over to the sideline, getting the play, Coach.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather signal the plays. I mean, Bobby Neff was the guy that signaled our plays for him, baseball coach, and so he's used to making all kinds of gyrations. And the play gets in quicker. We have more time at the line of scrimmage. We were a 2-play call team quite often, so we wanted the quarterback at the line of scrimmage is going to be smarter than I am on the sideline. So we did it to conserve time.
Pucci going to roll right, throws, end zone, and overthrows. Got a man fall down. Incidental contact that time. Looking for a flag, but he's not going to get one. He did trip on his own. So incomplete. Makes it 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped at 6:24 to go in the third.
The last completed pass was from that trips tight end set. Mm-hmm. And so I sort of expected that they had a wrinkle off of it we hadn't seen other than the off-tackle play. They're back in the set again. Trips to the left, tight end to the right, back to the left.
6:24 on the clock. Pucci back, throws, swing pass left side off the hands of Rome Cox. Oh, I'm sorry, that is Zion Culver that time was the receiver. He was set up in the backfield.
Yep, the 3 receivers to the trip side ran deep, carried defenders. They brought the tight end from the far side across on a shallow route, and the back flared. So they had 5 receivers to this side, 3 of them as decoys, and he had either receiver. Just couldn't connect with the back.
Now they're faced with a 3rd down and 10. I would assume, Coach, 4-down territory here. Going to go trips on the near side. 1 lone receiver on the far. Pucci going to roll left, throws, has a man at the 12, knocked out of bounds at the 11-yard line. And that is Castle, the receiver. Again, Tavon Castle, number 3.
We got to give Jason Clark, the left tackle for South, we got to give him credit. Pucci was able to break contain because of his effectiveness on the edge defender for Dover. You can't do that if your tackle can't secure the edge.
6:13 to go, third quarter. 1st and 10. Pucci going to roll right, stops. Now he's going to run it. He's got some running room up the middle, but it closed quickly on him at about the 6-yard line. So a 6-yard carry for Pucci Snyder.
That's a designed run play to the trips formation, designed ideally to get him outside. But if the defensive end expands they don't get him reached, then he's going to take it back up inside, and that's what he did there for a decent gain.
5:40 now and counting here, third quarter. So now we're going to send 2 wide receivers far side, single wide receiver on the near side now. And here's a handoff. And Culver, not much running room, if any. Might have got to the 5-yard line for a pickup of 1.
They're sticking with this tight end base formation. This time we had the Z and the tight end to the left, and we had twins to the right. And I suppose it's an answer to being more effective in running the ball.
That was Cox with them.
And Rome Cox now in the backfield with Poochie Snyder. There is a high snap, but Poochie going to run it all the way. Trying to get to the corner, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Poochie Snyder from 6 yards out. And Canton South with the answer. Run design all the way, Coach.
Run design all the way. The previous play was the same thing to the right, and he took it up inside because they couldn't reach the outside defender. They got the outside defender, reached here, and he followed his back and the blocking and the 2 wideouts that way. And
good look at it there on our Maslin Cable replay. Extra point attempt is up and good by Landon White. Oh, no, he missed it. He hooked it just outside the upright. So it is 36-28 now with 4:40 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this.
Are you looking for something different? At Friends and Family Credit Union, our success is defined by you. Our goal is to improve your financial needs and better your lifestyle. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. Our friendly staff is fully committed to serving over 11,000 of its members.
What are you waiting for? Stop into one of our locations today and become a friend of the family.
Around here, we like to cheer for the local team, and MCTV is here to connect you to the game. MCTV provides reliable high-speed internet and Wi-Fi. From checking scores online, to streaming games or watching replays, or even playing the game yourself, we've got the speed you need. Call today to add or upgrade internet service. We're connecting what matters most. MCTV. We go the extra smile.
Welcome back here to Breck Bueller Stadium. The kickoff here after the touchdown is a short one taken across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. That is where Dover will start their next drive. But before that, let's send it down on the field. Friends and Family Credit Union sideline report, Billy Beebe.
All right, Frank, couple teams looking for their first win of the season right now in Stark County. Louisville, a 17-0 lead over Zanesville. That game's in the third quarter. Mayfield and Jack going at it right now. Mayfield a 20-16 lead. Other games going on. Hudson a huge lead over Hoover, 31-8. Same with Maslin. They lead Glen Oak 49-0. Sandy Valley currently with a 42-7 big lead over Manchester right about halftime. And Alliance a 13-7 lead over Niles. Look for a little more offense from the Aviators this season.
Yes, sir. Well, they got a pretty darn good quarterback there in Zerberg, but yeah, how about that Sandy Valley score? Liking that, too. Here is Judkins going to swing it out left side, has a receiver, and taken across the inside the 45 to the 43-yard line is Dalen Clark, a first down, just short of a first down, I should say. So bring up second down and 1. And, Coach, you've got that SARTA scoring drive.
Yeah, an 80-yard effort by South in 11 plays. Time of possession, 3:39, so they took some time off the clock, too. And at 4:40 of the third quarter, a 6-yard TD run by Poochie Snyder, extra point. No good, though. South with an 8-point lead, 36-28.
All right. Here is Barton on the handoff, and he got smothered under, but I think he got close to the first down, and they are going to wave it on. And they said, yep, first down for the Tornadoes. And with 3:48 and counting on the clock, Dover trying to answer that last Canton South score.
We didn't get a McKinley update.
We didn't.
Or Perry.
Billy. We'll get it. There is a pass. Wide receiver screen that time. Good catch and run. There goes Hughes. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. 41 yards. Judkins to Hughes. Man, we got a track meet going on here.
Yeah, the two standard plays in the 3x1 or empty sets. There's the bubble screen, which is the inside guy going out, or the jailbreak with the outside the receiver coming inside. He had great blocking, and then he did an excellent job of making somebody miss.
Yeah, take a look at that.
Really good football play.
Maslin cable replay right there. You can see the moves he made, and Hughes takes it into the end zone for the score. Good blocking downfield as well.
All right, guys, you got Avon up 14-7 over Canton McKinley currently.
Ooh.
And on our stream game at WHBCsports.com, St. V leads Perry 16-7. That one's in the fourth. McKinley still in the third. So a tight one between Avon and Canton McKinley. McKinley trying to move into the top 25 rankings. Avon already there. I believe they're in the top 10.
Wow. All right. Speaking of Perry, we will be at Perry next week. Euclid at Perry. We'll have that game for you here on our YouTube broadcast game of the week. We've got a injured player down on the field, and Billy, I don't know if you have a chance to see who that is, and maybe give us a Altman Hospital injury report update here in a few minutes if you can get some information. Looks like maybe a cramp. I don't know, Coach, the way
it's in the far corner of the field, away from us. He's on his back, and I think it's a lower extremity issue based upon the trainer and what he's doing.
So they're continuing to work on him. And, again, I mentioned next week we are at the PTO, they call it, Perry Township. Euclid at Perry. Following week will be Hoover at Louisville. Always a fun time over in Louisville, broadcasting games there. And so we got a couple of good games for you in the next couple of weeks for sure. And our young man is making his way off the field. Billy, if you can get some information, just let us know. We'll bring it down to you and get that Altman Hospital injury report. But we'll
it looks like, Frank, that's number 22, Trey Wilson.
Yeah. Still waiting the extra point here, so when we come back to live action, it will be the extra point attempt. And Trey Wilson, the senior, coming off the field. He is the will, they call him the will linebacker. And I thought I saw him go down when he was chasing the play there.
He missed last year with an injury. His dad played for me at Canton McKinley.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm.
So
and he's sporting a knee brace also. So
yeah, that's right. He did miss the 2022 season. You're right. So the extra point now. Well, they're going to go for two. So Judkins. Now they're going to go Wildcat. And that is a reverse in the backfield. Clark gave it to Barton, but Barton was not able to get in. So the two-point conversion fails. And with 3:21 to go here, third quarter, it is Canton South 36 and Dover 34. We'll be back right after this timeout.
We provide both service like preventative maintenance on your local residential house. We provide custom ductwork. We do residential and commercial HVAC, and we do refrigeration for restaurants, for gas stations. We can fix your furnace, or we can fix your rooftop at your place of business. And you want someone that's experienced and done it all to make sure your home is comfortable and the temperature you like it.
Saturday Morning Huddle with Kenny Rhoda, Billy Beebe, and the WHBC sports team.
Thanks for having us on, and thanks for everything you guys do for high school sports. The coverage you guys do is second to none, and Stark County is a special place to be. So thank you for everything. Thanks for doing this on Saturdays. It's awesome. And
Catch us live on the WHBC Facebook page, the WHBC YouTube channel, and WHBC.com. WHBC Sports. It's more than just the game.
And welcome back here to Breck Buehler Stadium. Frank Salona, Coach Tom McDaniels, Billy Beebe, and Bob Jeffries with you tonight. Live from Canton South as the Tornadoes and the Wildcats are going at it. And we've got a wild one, 36-34 on the scoreboard. 3:21 to go here in the third quarter after the kick. We'll check in real quick with Billy on an injury report, and then we'll have that start a scoring drive from Tom. Here is the ball taken right at the 1-yard line, taken across the 15 or to the 10 to the 15, and that's about where they're going to mark him. So that is where they will start their next drive. And Billy, you've got a Altman Hospital injury report update for us.
Yeah, guys, Trey Wilson right behind us. Just a cramp. Get adjusted, rolled out here, but he will be back out there when the offense. So Trey Wilson, good to go. Just a cramp, which is kind of surprising, actually, the heat not getting to these guys tonight. Still sitting at just 70 degrees.
All right. Thank you, Billy, for that Altman Hospital injury report and the update on that individual. And Coach, we'll get to your start of scoring drive here right after the first offensive play by the Wildcats. Here is Cox, and he gets to about the 16-yard line, so gain of about 1 brings up second down and 9, and you have that scoring drive for us.
It took Dover only 1 minute and 19 seconds to score. They went 53 yards in 3 plays. Scored at 3:21 of the third quarter. 41-yard TD pass, Judkins to Hughes. The 2-point conversion failed. South 36, Dover 34.
All righty. 2:42 and counting on the clock as the Wildcats are on the offensive here. Swing pass outside, 15-20, and just short maybe of the 20-yard line. See if we can.
That's the spreads. That's the spreads version of the toss sweep.
Okay.
To the trip side, they run the 3 receivers off. They carry defenders. The back flares to the right. It's just a long handoff.
Yeah. So pick up that time of 4 right at the 19-yard line. 3rd down and 6. Pucci going to throw, has a man, 25-30, spins to the 31-yard line. And a nice catch there by Tyler Pugh. And Tyler's been a really good possession-type receiver for this Wildcat team. He's got 5 catches, Bob says.
Dover's now in a 2-deep safety alignment, which means they're defending that part of the field, and South flooded the area to the left, and it's a flood route. You read the defense and throw to the uncovered guy.
That is Rome Cox with the run that time. Takes it out to the 35-yard line. So it'd be second down now in about 6 for the Wildcats. I want to tell you about the Stark County Fair here and some tickets to win for Sticks right after this play. Here's a pass, caught, 45, and taking it into the 43-yard line. A great throw and a great reception that time. Again, that is Castle with the catch. Hey, Stark County Fair starts next week, and WHBC has tickets to give away on the Kenny and JT Show. Tickets to see Sticks on Wednesday night, August 31st. Your pair tickets will also include passes to get into the fair. Tune in to Kenny and JT Monday and Tuesday next week from 3 to 7 to win. Pucci back to throw. Across the middle, has a receiver, overthrew him, almost intercepted though that time.
Right. I'm in love with his patience in the pocket. All quarterbacks would love it if your primary receiver was the open guy, because he's your first choice and the ball's going to get out of your hand quickly. And not all high school quarterbacks have the patience to work through a progression from 1 to 2 to 3. But on that last completion, he did that. And again, the line gave him time, but he took the time rather than panicking and escaping unnecessarily.
So it's second down now and 10, clock under 20 seconds. Pucci going to run it this time, gets to about the 40-yard line. So pickup of 3, and that's going to be the last play here in the third quarter, as Pucci will come to the sideline. A couple of personnel changes for Canton South, but we're going to let it run down at 3 seconds to 1, and that is it for 3 quarters of play here at Canton South. We've got a wild one tonight. The Wildcats 36 and the Tornadoes 34. We'll be back after these timeouts. Let's talk about that. All right, back here at Canton South, we start the fourth quarter of play. Frank Salona along with Hall of Fame coach Tom McDaniels, Billy Beebe on the sideline, and Bob Jeffries is our statistician. Bob, you're a Hall of Fame statistician. I know that. I don't care what they say about Denny Kincaid. You are my Hall of Famer.
I try my best.
And there's a delay on the field. I'm not sure, Coach, what they're talking about. They're looking at the scoreboard, but that looks right.
Yeah. That's good right there.
So we were talking during the timeout while we have a second here, talking about playing your best guys, offense, defense, and you had an interesting point.
Well, back in the day, we all put our best guys on defense, and because you can manufacture offense, you can't manufacture defense. Okay, well that trend passed.
It's out the window, right?
No, it's gone a long time ago, I think. But now it seems as though people are putting their best guys, their skilled guys, on offense, and they're making do defensively. And I'm not just saying it about the participants tonight, just generally speaking about high school football.
Yeah.
And again, when we were at McKinley, we played a lot of guys 1.5 ways. They were going to rest offensively, but they were never going to come off the field defensively. But since then, this new trend is taking place.
All right. Well, I thought we were ready to go, but I guess not. They're going to continue to discuss the situation. It is third down and 2. Right? Okay, that's what they got on the scoreboard.
I don't
from the 30. Well, they say the 39, but it's really at the 40. So
I don't think it's a clock or scoreboard issue. I think it's it has something to do with maybe the spot of the ball or.
Billy Beebe, you're down there. What do you hear? Are you hearing anything?
That's the right spot.
Nothing yet. Large meeting going on between the.
Go on out there.
We'll wait. See what they tell Coach Dennison when they walk back over here.
Okay. Yeah, if you can hear, that'd be great.
Does the referee have a mic, or no?
Well, they normally do. Billy does. Stick that mic up there. Not sure. Well, Billy, if you get an explanation as to what that delay was all about, let us know. Jump in there. The chain gang looks like they're tangled up over there. What's going on?
I think the spot is right. I think the chains were wrong.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
There you go. There you go. So they have it's 3rd and 2 at the 39. They need to get to the 37 for a first down. And you're right, Coach. They had to change backwards. They had it going the other way. It's early in the season. They're still getting there. Now they're switching them again.
Well, they made Matt happy a minute ago and it bothered Dan Ift, and now they just made Dan Ift happy.
Should it be 3rd and 6, Bob? Okay. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Stick around.
It's still early.
We got 12 minutes of a fourth quarter to deal with.
All right. Now we're going to play some football. Back here, fourth quarter has just started. Pucci going to roll right. Throws on the run. Has a man. Castle, 25. And he is swarm tackle. He's never went down.
That's the curl, the wheel, and the flat route into the boundary. Pucci sprints out and works through the progression. If you got the deep throw, you take it. But the curl sat down, was patient, stayed in the empty spot. Pucci hits it for a first down, and the chains are set correctly this time.
That's his 12th catch.
12 catches for Castle.
174.
There is Cox, and Rome Cox. Yep, we got a whistle and a holding going against Canton South.
So all of a sudden, the officials are taking center stage here.
So that will walk them back. Just underway here, fourth quarter. As Canton South has the football now, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
1st and 20.
Or make that 1st and 20. Pucci. There's the wide receiver with the catch inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Coach, that was wide open that time. There was nobody up on that receiver.
Yep, we've seen that before. That's the outside receiver from the trip side coming underneath the inside too as they carry defenders vertically. 1st and 20, no problem. 2nd and 3.
Yeah, pickup of 17 yards on the throw. So, as Tom said, 2nd down and 3. Snyder going to roll right this time on the run. Has a guy. Caught. Pugh into the end zone. Touchdown. Tyler Pugh. And he has those receiver hands. Caught the football. Made some people miss.
Yeah, broke a tackle. Made another guy miss. And
take a look at it here on our replay.
Yep. That defender went down. That's not a contact injury. He's still down. Cramp.
Well, we've got 2. One cramp on the right side, one on the left. So after the score, we've got a couple of guys down. Billy, you spoke too soon. We need to get some pickle juice out there.
Actually, Frank, we had Dr. A.J. Seth on the huddle last year. Pickle juice is a myth.
Is it really? Well,
yeah.
Don't tell Kenny Rhoda.
Hey, I know. Once Dr. Seth told us, once the cramp has begun, nothing's going to solve it quickly. So you can see, trainers don't give it to him, nothing like that. So pickle juice, a myth.
Kenny bought all that pickle juice this year, too, and gave it to all the coaches.
No, bananas and bouillon.
Bananas and bouillon?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. We got another one up here. Now, Kenny's going to go invest in bananas and bouillon now.
I learned that from one of my assistant coaches, Dave Gable.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, hey, if it works. There's so many.
He swore by it.
Really? Well, they've got a couple different things I've heard throughout the years, and that one I have not heard. I know bananas was one, but I never heard of. Now, is that like chicken or beef?
Bananas are high in potassium, which I think is supposed to be a deterrent.
Yeah.
Potassium and sodium.
Yeah. So we have still down on the carpet there. one young man. And Billy, I'm assuming that's you're down that way. I'm assuming that's just a cramp?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
It looks like
You're stretching his calf.
Okay. I want to remind everybody, next week we come to you from Perry Township, Euclid, and the Perry Panthers. And last report, I forget, Billy, what you said. Perry was winning, right?
Yeah, I was just checking the scores here. Perry still trailing St. V in the fourth quarter now, 16-7.
Okay.
That one should be about wrapped up. Maslin up 56-0 over Glen Oak. Tuslaw up 20-0 over Chippewa. That will actually be their second win on the season. Louisville's expanded their lead to 19-0 over Zanesville. And Marlington and Northwest locked in a good one. Marlington just went up 31-21. The Dukes looking for their second win on the season. And then Avon has a 21-7 lead over McKinley late in that game. Alliance and Niles has really changed. That's now a 33-21 game. So, a lot of good play there. Mayfield up 35-21 on Jackson. And Lake about to grab their first win in the season, 35-17. They lead Boardman.
Wow.
The Dover player with the cramp is number 7, J.J. Barton, key player.
Oh, yeah. Exactly right. All right, we are back to live action, and Landon White is going to try the extra point here for Canton South. That one is up, and that one is good. So with 10:27 to go here in the ball game, the Wildcats 43, the Tornadoes 34. We'll be back right after these timeouts.
This is Brian Bailey of Old Carolina Barbecue Company. It's pigskin time in Northeast Ohio, and you know that Old Carolina is the official barbecue of football. So if you've got plans to gather at a tailgate or in front of a big screen TV, be sure your buffet line is full of hearty party food. We've got tender hand-pulled pork to make all-pro sliders and hickory-smoked deep-fried wings that will score big points with your party guests. We're covering football fans at our 3 convenient locations in Canton, Maslin, and Alliance. Order online today at oldcarolina.com.
Mix 94.1.
The most music and the most fun in the morning.
Dave and Jimmy. Weekday morning, 6 till 10. Canton's Mix 94.1.
Canton South back on the scoreboard, and they're ready to kick off. And Tom, before they do, let's get that SARTA scoring drive.
Well, if you like offense and you're here tonight, you're in the right place at the right time. South at 10:27 in the fourth quarter. Goes 10 plays, 85 yards, time of possession 4:54, an 18-yard TD pass from Snyder to Pugh, extra point good. South 43, Dover 34.
There's another kickoff that Dover's just had nothing but problems with, is that line drive squib kick, and that time just had to fall on it, and that was, again, the backup quarterback for the Tornadoes there, Jonah Marks, who smart play there, just fell on it.
Well, he was an answer, to the last good attempt by him.
Right.
But again, South is doing that because that's what their guy can do.
Mm-hmm.
Empty again. Trips to the field. 2 into the boundary.
Judkins alone in the backfield. He's been a lonely guy back there.
Yeah. All 11 looking to the sidelines for perhaps a new play call.
We talked about that last week. Jackson does that, and all the skill players look over there. Linemen just kept their heads down. They didn't care. There is now we've got whistles to stop the action.
Delay.
Yep. So
ouch.
The clock wound down. There's 25 seconds is all the time they have.
No way to start a drive.
No.
When you're behind by 9.
So Dover needs an answer here because they are slipping away a little bit, down by 9, 43-34, 10-19 remaining in the ball game. So now they have it 1st and 15. There is a quarterback keeper the whole way, and Judkins gets it to about the 29-yard line. So 4 yards for the quarterback. As Billy said, Louisville winning tonight, 19-0. And they are in Zanesville tonight for that football game. They had to travel over an hour for that one. Man in motion. Judkins throws, has a man, 45, 50, and cross midfield is Justice Hughes. And, before we do that, we got a flag way back at the 20-yard line. So let's see what that's all about.
Actually, Frank, looks like we got 2 separate flags down here.
Do we? Okay, yeah, I see one clear by the sideline and one out by the hash mark, so you're right.
Yeah, sideline came first, and then after the ball was thrown, another one got dropped on the ground.
So we've got a procedure, or a motion, I should say. I didn't catch the other one, did you?
That hurts.
All right.
That negates the good chunk play.
Yeah.
And Dover's going to need some chunk plays.
So let's see. They've got to get all the way out to the 40-yard line for a first down, and they are where? 24? So 16 yards for a first down. 1st and 16. Back to pass. Judkins steps up, has a man, 40, 42, 43-yard line. Nice time that time. Timing pattern there with Caden Shee. And, Coach, he stayed in there and took his time and read over the field.
Yeah. I mean, I praised Pucci for doing that. Now we just saw a sophomore kid from Dover do it the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Great patience. That's what you want to see out of your quarterbacks. Had good protection. I'm also amazed at both teams' ability to complete passes in the middle of the field. And again, we see that at higher levels, but I've seen that more tonight than I've seen in a high school game in a long time.
There's a quarterback keeper, nowhere to go. Good job there defensively by the Wildcats and keeping Judkins under control. He gets to the 42-yard line, so really no gain there. Maybe lost a half a yard or so.
Yeah, well, South brought pressure, and Dover couldn't account for it. You know, it wasn't just the front four rushing. They had some guys from the second level added to the rush. That pocket collapsed almost immediately.
8:35 to go in the ball game. Tornadoes with the football. They trail by 9. Judkins. Pocket, throws, intercepted. And going the other way is Lance Long. And Long takes it across midfield to the 48-yard line of Dover, and that was huge for the Wildcat defense.
That was perhaps an error in judgment. You never want a quarterback to throw late down the middle. He attacked the middle of the field. Safety responsibility. That's the corner who left his receiver, his area responsibility, and made the pick. And you know, again, that's one of the negatives to throwing a ball late down the middle. It allows other players not seemingly in that area to become involved in the play.
Mm-hmm. So 8:18 to go in the ball game, and the Wildcats have the football back. And Coach, this is such a quick strike offense that it might be difficult for them to maybe take some time off the clock here if they're trying to, or is it so you just play your game?
They're back in that tight end base formation again, which suggests run game.
Yep.
And first play.
There's Pucci.
Yep.
And Pucci takes it to the 37-yard line.
This time it was a design run play to the trip side, which that breaks the tendency to run to the tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive coaches, coordinators have to be aware of that, and you have to have a sense to break your own tendency.
Yeah. I want to thank everyone for watching us tonight on the Aultcare YouTube Game of the Week, and don't forget to subscribe because we've got a lot of great coverage coming up here throughout the season. You just go to our either the YouTube page or WHBCSports.com. Click on the YouTube link there, and you can subscribe to our page and follow us all season long. There's a running play going nowhere that time. Good job. Well, you know what? They got just enough for the first down.
Yep.
So I stand corrected there. So it was 3rd and 1. They got the 1, and now they move the chain. So
another cramp.
Yep. And, well, guys, we got to start thinking about our United States Air Force Aim High play of the game. We've got to A couple of nice touchdown catches in that first half that were pretty amazing. And some other things. Here's Pucci going to keep it and gets it to the 25-yard line. So picks up 12 yards on the carry.
I hated it early in the season when players cramped. And my solution was an ultimatum. If you cramp, I'm not putting you back in the game. And that was
you're
my
a tough man.
Well, yeah, I had a bit of a reputation, but that was my remedy in my form of encouragement to hydrate the day before and the day of.
No, I get it. Yep, you're right.
Not necessary.
Josh and Ben were drinking all kinds of water at home.
They knew not to cramp.
All right. Here is Pucci going to run it right side this time. Clock continues to roll. 6:19 and counting.
And they'll be content to do this. You know, I'm not going to say they're going to do it every play, but, you know, they've got something going on the ground a little bit, and it accomplishes two things. You know, we keep the ball away from them, and we eat clock at the same time.
Yeah.
It's that quote, 4-minute offense starting at the 6-minute point.
Yeah. For real-time scores, make sure you check in to WHBCSports.com, and you can check out all the scores that Billy was giving you earlier. Just bring up the site there on your phone, and you can check out all the scores. I have it here in front of me as well. That's WHBCSports.com. And then tonight, it's the Hammersmith Insurance Scoreboard Show following all of our games. You can check in there with Brian Novak. I'll have a call in about this game and wrap it up for you, and you can hear that, as well as Dan Belford and Bill Morgan will report all their games as well. Our stream guys tonight are Akron, St. Vincent, and Perry. Bill Morgan handling the play-by-play duties this year, along with Derek Philo doing the color analyst for our stream. So we have our guys all over town, all over Stark County tonight, as we do every Friday night. Bells and the guys over in Massillon, and that one got away from Glen Oak a little bit over there. It was 56-0 last time we checked in. Massillon is definitely for real. So Pucci now, 2nd down and 8. Going to throw across the field, caught. 15, 20. Here comes a flag way across the field. And they're saying he fumbled it, but the ref said no, he was down. But let's check out the flag. That one might be coming back.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, maybe not. Let's see.
Tonight, Frank, Sandy Valley defeats
Manchester.
I saw Panthers. I thought Perry. 49-13, our first final of the night. Another huge win for Sandy Valley.
What was it, Billy? You were cutting out a little bit.
49-13.
13. Okay. All right. My Cardinals are 2-0.
I bet Nick Petro has something to do with that.
Yeah.
I work with him too.
Did you work with Nick? I was going to ask. You worked with Cam Blair too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. And they put some points on the board. So is this Wildcat team, and they play each other in 2 weeks. Might have to change the light bulbs in the scoreboard after that ball game. So it's 2nd and 3 from the 18. Pucci gonna run it, gets and slides at the 15-yard line, and he picked up the first down to keep that clock running. 5:08.
He slid. He went on the ground on purpose, I think, to keep the clock running.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
And the officials didn't see it that way.
Well, now they wound it.
Okay.
Yep,
okay. 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 Got a first down maybe, and that stopped the clock. Okay.
Yeah. Now
great presence of mind. May have gotten a reminder from Matt on the sideline to do that. But the clock is our friend if we let it be.
So 450 and counting here, 1st and 10 at the 15. Here is a running play to Rome Cox, and Rome takes it to the 5, and he got stood up.
He didn't get the memo.
So the Wildcats still trying to take some time off the clock. They marked him officially at the 8-yard line. 2nd down and 3. Wildcats up by 9. There is a handoff, and might have got back to the line of scrimmage. That was Rome Cox again.
Tackle made by number 59, Zane.
So nice play there defensively by Zane Mark of Dover. So now, Coach, you got 3rd and 3. Just let the clock roll. If you don't score, we've got to go a long ways on, I'm sure, more down territory.
Dover's got the better kicker. You know, I'm not sure that they feel even good enough to attempt a field goal. I mean, they've got a 2-score game as it is.
Time continues to roll. Here's Pucci, going to take it right side, slips in. Does he get in? No, he's just short. And he's got the 1st down. So the clock is stopped right now, but it'll be 1st and goal at the 2 for Pooch and the Wildcats. I'm going to lean in here, Coach. .337 and counting.
You know, I'm always impressed with people who are recognized by their nickname. I mean, he's a senior in high school, and his name's Poochie, and everybody in Stark County,
they know him.
Have anything to do with football, they know who you're talking about.
Yep. There's a handoff, and that is Rome Cox. Did he get in?
No.
No, did not.
Nope, neither wing official indicated. Both of them right away had the hand up.
Just short of the end zone. 2nd and goal for the Wildcats.
So 2nd down and goal now from the 2. Clock at 3 minutes and counting.
And Pooch was under center at the practice I attended on Wednesday. Not their normal method of operation, but he's going under here. Power I formation.
Yep.
2 tight ends.
And they get into the end zone for the touchdown.
For the Wildcat touchdown.
That was Zion Culver with the score. And the Wildcats trying to put an exclamation point on this one.
It's over a 5-minute drive.
Take a look here at our Maslin Cable replay, and you can see, just like you said, Coach, just power formation, and Zion just followed his blockers that time. So Landon White with the extra point attempt. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 2:35 remaining here in the ball game, Canton South 50 and Dover 34. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Happy Sardiversary with Sarda rider Anthony. We're celebrating 25 years with our valued riders.
And I absolutely enjoy riding the buses. I get to know a few of the drivers, very respectful, very professional. Just an all-around about good experience. It helps people get to where they're going, disabled, veterans, or people going to work.
Thanks to all our riders as we celebrate Sarda 25 at Sarda.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Back here at Breck Bueller Stadium, Frank Salona, Coach Tom McDaniels, Billy Beebe, and Bob Jeffries with you. Here in the kickoff after the score is taken at the 15-yard line and taken out to about the 27-yard line. That is where Dover will have it. They trail 50-34, down 16 with 2:29 to go. Coach, they need to do something and do it quick, but before that, you have the Sarda scoring drive from the Wildcats.
Well, the score by South is significant, but as significant is they took 5 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock and kicked off with 2:35 in the fourth quarter. A 9-play drive, only 47 yards, 9 plays, so they took it in small bites. 1-yard TD run by Culver. The extra point was good. As you said, South 50, Dover 34. They need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions.
Yeah. So it is a Herculean task here from the Tornadoes that they need to get back in this one, but crazier things have happened. Never rule out anybody.
Yeah, I remember a game at the Rubber Bowl. We're down 19-7.
Was that
very little time?
Was that Moeller?
No, Iggy.
Oh, Iggy. Okay. Here is Dover now trying to make some noise. Judkins pass, caught, 45,
Right
50.
guy's got it.
And you're right. And still dragging people is Barton. Got to the 40-yard line, so a big pickup that time for the Tornadoes.
He's a good football player and a two-way starter.
Yeah, you're right.
Clock's going to stop. Well, nope, we had a cramp, but he got up and he's walking out. So
21 yards on the reception. That is Pugh that came running off the field there.
They need chunk plays.
So here we go. Judkins in the shotgun. Back to pass again. Boy, look at the time. Look at the time, and he's finding somebody, and he does on the sidelines, and knocked out of bounds. Not much of a gain, but stops the clock with 1:56. As the Nev Chandler used to say, you can count the house back there. He had some time, but good defense, though, by Canton South.
Correct.
That was the Bomberger.
Bomberger with the catch there. Here is a inside screen, wide receiver screen to Hughes, and Hughes takes it inside the 20. So another first down to the 17-yard line. So 1:47 on the clock, but they need to score and get two-point conversions.
Yep, the code word in this situation is O-zone. Out of bounds or end zone?
Nah.
Out of bounds or end zone? O-zone.
Play coming in from the sideline. Got trips on the near side. Man across the middle, and that one was thrown behind him. Intended for Caden Shee, but that one he couldn't get to it.
A little low one behind him.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget, stick around after the ball game. Billy Beebe will catch up with the winning head coach. Right now, looks like Matt Dennison.
Right now.
Right now. Judkins got a man in motion. Now he stops. And that's a quarterback draw the whole way. Judkins going to take it to the 6-yard line, maybe this, 6 or 7. And does he get a timeout?
Clock stops because of the first down.
Yep. So they're going to
don't need it.
Hurry up and get to the line of scrimmage. Now it starts, 1:33 and counting.
Nope, they took it.
Okay. All right, timeout on the field. And let's check in one last time before the end of this ball game with our guy down on the field, Billy Beebe. Sideline report brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. Billy, great ball game tonight, and the atmosphere here tonight has just been wonderful.
It definitely has, guys. A great turnout on the home side here. Talked with Derek Philo earlier in the week. He's not only our color guy for our stream games, but he coached middle school football here at Canton South, and he speaks very highly of Poochie. Talked a lot about his journey from middle school to where he is now, and if you talk to Derek, he'll talk Poochie all day. So I know Derek Philo gave me a long speech about how proud he is of where not only Poochie, but this senior class who he got to coach, how far they've come to where they are now with high hopes heading into Poochie's senior season, Trey Wilson, names like that. They're hoping for one last great run.
Yeah, good point. And Derek and I have had that same conversation many times, and he truly is proud of Poochie Snyder and the senior class. Like you said, Billy, he coached many of them, and they certainly have a lot of talent on this team.
It's a team sport, and Poochie's a great player, but you can't do it by yourself.
Right.
You know, those unsung guys up front get their job done. And
all right. Minute 26 to go. Here is Judkins, still looking. Oh, he's gotten tackled and lost all the way back to the 20-yard line. And Coach Matt Dennison just jumping up and down. He loved that play.
Yeah, that's a sophomore mistake. In that situation,
got to get rid of it.
You know, you can't take a sack, and you can't take a loss.
And we've got another cramp. All of a sudden, who started this conversation about cramps? All of a sudden, we got cramps everywhere.
What I said about my solution to cramps, that happened in Warren. I didn't do that at Canton McKinley.
Oh, you didn't do that?
No, but it was epidemic there, and so we had the vaccine.
I heard you talking to Coach If about Maurice Claret. And, a lot has been said about Maurice and the situation he's gone through and all this. And I know you've stayed close with Maurice, and he is really, I've followed him as well, being a Buckeye, and he's changed his life and going out and speaking to different groups and telling his story.
Yep.
And, what a great, feel-good story he has become.
Yeah, well, and the theme basically is don't do what I did.
Right.
And he's willing to admit that he made mistakes. One of the most telling examples of that, at some point during his presentation, he showed a picture of, I think it was like 7 of his friends in junior high. And he followed up by saying, see those people in the picture? All of us have been incarcerated, and 5 of them are dead.
Wow. Wow.
But he grew up in Youngstown, tough part of Youngstown. And he's come a long way, from that to what he's doing now.
Yeah. 2nd down and 20. Pass into the end zone. Touchdown. What a catch. And there's your guy, Coach J.J. Barton, making the play.
It doesn't surprise me that they scored. I almost said it a moment ago, and people will think, yeah, you're just saying that now because it happened. I wasn't surprised that they scored. The issue was, okay, how much time do you have left, and what can you do with it?
Yeah.
And we have to assume they're going to onside kick. First, they got to make a 2-point conversion, right?
Yep. Minute 10 to go. They have to get the 2-point conversion. Otherwise, it's still another two-score game.
You generally come into a game with 3 or 4 of those. Well, we've already seen them use how many? I mean, both teams have gone for 2 so long. Yeah.
Well, and to your point, though, I think you get J.J. Barton involved here.
I think he's dotting the I.
Yeah. We're going to go from under center. Here's a pass. Oh, that got nowhere. Well read by Canton South, and they stuffed it at the line of scrimmage as Bumberger had nowhere to go.
Yep.
So now
they need 2 miracles now.
It's 50-40. It's a 10-point game. They do. They need 2 high-odd plays here with a minute 10 to go. We'll keep it here for this duration, but Billy, I think you're down there near that play when when that developed, did you see anything really defensively that they were reading that, off the snap?
Yeah, it seemed like Canton South put more effort into the left side, thought the ball was moving that way, so their free safety and strong safety both on the left. So when the ball was delivered over the middle, not as many players there to kind of help out with that one.
Okay.
Another final for you. Avon defeats Canton McKinley 28-7.
21-point win. Wow.
It's scary, isn't it?
Yeah. Minute 10 to play here, and Coach, you've got the Sarda scoring drive.
You ready for it?
Yes, sir.
Dover, 7 plays, scored with 1:10 left in the game. Time of possession 125, so they were efficient with their time. They went 61 yards to do that. 20-yard TD pass from Judkins to Barton. 2-point conversion failed. They're down 10 with 109 left, and South's got the ball.
Yep. South recovered the onside kick, so they will take it with 1:09, and Dover has 1 timeout.
That should be it.
Should be.
You can eat that up.
To do the math.
You can take a knee.
All right.
They'll stop it with their own timeout, I'm sure, if we take a knee now. We used to call that 99.
99?
Yeah, 2 tight ends, 2 guys protecting the quarterback, and a guy about 10 yards deep as a safety.
Okay.
But yeah, that was
go.
called 99.
And that's what Pucci does. He takes a knee there, and looks like Dover is not going to use that last timeout. So last week, Canton South.
They must have used it.
Yeah, they did. Clock did stop now. Last week, Canton South scored 42. This week, they scored 50.
No, it's running.
Okay,
running.
now they got it running again.
Yep.
So 92 points in 2 weeks. Pucci will take another knee, and we'll keep an eye on Billy Beebe as he will try to connect with Coach Dennison down there as both teams now line up to shake hands, and you got a very happy Canton South staff and players as they now move to 2-0 on the season. Dover falls to 0-2. So stick around. We'll catch up here with Coach in a few minutes. And Tom, I mean, you look at this game, and we had 90 points scored in this game. I don't know where you start when it comes to plays that impressed you or things that impressed you. I think when you look at this Canton South offense as a whole, everything impresses me. I don't know about you.
Well, both teams had first and extremely long situations. One had a 1st and 20, the other was first, and they don't blink an eye at that.
No.
You know, back in the day, before, the spread was so popular.
Yeah.
You know, that was a difficult set of circumstances in a down distance situation, but they have people capable of chunk plays. And none of it works unless you have a quarterback who can do what these two did tonight.
Yep.
I mean that's a lot of plays. A lot of scoring. But got to have a signal caller that lets you do that.
All right, Billy Beebe is with Coach Matt Dennison, and Billy, we'll send it down to you.
All right, here with Coach Matt Dennison after a Canton South win. Coach, 2-0. How are we feeling after that one?
I'm feeling tired. That was a great win against a great program. I mean, just if you had told us we'd get these first 2 and play the way we did, I'd be real happy, and I am real happy. You know, we've played 2 wars the last 2 weeks, 2 really, really good football teams, and our kids really showed resiliency and fight.
All right, 3 phases of the game. I think a lot of credit usually goes to offense and defense. I think your special teams really came through tonight.
Yeah, special teams played well. We made some big plays on special teams, and landed a good job and kicking those squibs because we had a little trouble last week, and it was a great night there also.
You have a history with Dover. You have a history with Coach If over there. What was the message after another great matchup?
We're great friends, and he wished me luck, I wished him luck, and it's a great battle between two good friends. 300.
Before you, Coach, let's get our Poochie Snyder update. How do you feel like he did tonight? I saw you guys communicating a lot about a crazy first half and what was an even crazier second half.
Yeah, I talked to Pooch. I mean, he's a coach on the field, and he did a great job again tonight. He's a field general, and he did a great job again.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, Billy, thank you so much. Let's take
Thanks,
a time out, and when we come back, we will talk about this ball game, give you stats and some more score updates and all that good stuff. We'll take a time out and be back right after this.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
At Friends and Family Credit Union, you, the members, are the owners. Our friendly staff serves over 11,000 members, assisting with their financial needs and bettering their lifestyles.
Hi, I'm Gina, President and CEO of Friends and Family Credit Union, where we provide loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County.
Are you looking for something different? Stop in today to become a friend of the family. Are you looking for something different? At Friends and Family Credit Union, our success is defined by you. Our goal is to improve your financial needs and better your lifestyle. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. Our friendly staff is fully committed to serving over 11,000 of its members.
What are you waiting for? Stop into one of our locations today and become a friend of the family.
We provide both service like preventative maintenance on your local residential house. We provide custom ductwork. We do residential and commercial HVAC, and we do refrigeration for restaurants, for gas stations. We can fix your furnace, or we can fix your rooftop at your place of business. And you want someone that's experienced and done it all to make sure your home is comfortable and the temperature you like it.
The Earth is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us. Copy that. Aim high, Airman.
And back here at Canton South, a wild affair tonight. 90 points put up on the scoreboard. Canton South a winner, 50-40. We'll get all the numbers here from Coach in a minute. Just give you some quick scoring updates around Stark County here. Alliance in the fourth quarter, last we heard, up 45-28. Minerva now trails Crestwood 30-21 in the fourth quarter. Hudson all over Hoover tonight. Last we heard 31-8 in the third quarter. Norwayne beat Canton Central Catholic 33-7. Massillon beat up on Glen Oak tonight 56-7. Green a winner. They beat South Range 21-7. And the Jackson Polar Bears came back and beat Mayfield tonight 36-35. The Lake Blue Streaks a winner tonight 42-31 over Boardman. Louisville shut out Zanesville 22-0. Canton Valley lost to Malvern 28-0. And Marlington improves to 2-0 with a 31-21 win over Northwest tonight. Avon beat McKinley tonight 28-7. St. Vincent St. Mary beat Perry 16-14. And a couple more scores here. Carrollton lost to Philo, not Derek Philo, but Philo High School, 20-14. And Smithville beat St. Thomas tonight 51-8. Those are your scores as we have them here. But, Coach, let's turn our attention back to this one tonight. And 90 points on the scoreboard. I mean, if you love offense, this was the team to watch tonight. Both these teams putting up lots of numbers and lots of stats. And I'm going to have you read those tonight because there's a lot to cover.
Yeah, 90 points and 800 yards of offense.
Wow.
For Dover, they had 58 yards rushing and 311 passing yards. They accumulated 18 first downs, a total of 369 yards. They did have 4 turnovers and 4 penalties for 25 yards. Canton South, they rushed for 138 yards, more effective than Dover in that regard. Passed for 303, 8 less than Dover. 27 first downs. That's a high number for high school football to have that many first downs. Total of 441 yards. They also committed 3 turnovers, so they've got things to work on, and they only had 3 penalties for 15 yards. Individual numbers for Dover, Jack Judkins, the quarterback, 17 attempts. 17 completions and 20 attempts for 311 yards, 5 TDs, 2 interceptions. Jack was also the leading rusher, 12 attempts for 38 yards and a touchdown. On the receiving end, J.J. Barton, 7 catches, 112 yards, 3 TDs, and Caden Shee, 4 catches, 126 yards, and 1 touchdown. And on the south side, individually, Poochie Snyder, 24 of 32. Great completion percentage, 303 yards, 4 TDs, the 2 picks. Poochie also the leading rusher, 14 rushes for 92 and 2 TDs. Tavon Castle, double-digit catches, 13 for 191 yards and 3 TDs. And Tyler Pugh, 6 catches, 76 yards, and 1 touchdown.
All right, Coach, that adds up to 90 points and a lot of yards and a lot of action tonight on the field. And we have to give our United States Air Force Aim High play of the game, and that will come to you from that play is going to be Tavon Castle, a 28-yard touchdown pass from Poochie Snyder. The extra point was good. At that point, South was up 30-7 after that play. So that is our Aim High United States Air Force play of the game. And, well, we're going to bring all 3 of you, or all 2 of you guys in here as well, and just go around the horn. I know Dan Belford does this and the radio crew, and kind of get your thoughts of tonight's ball game. And we'll start with you, Bill. You were down on the field. You kind of get to see and hear all the things that are going on down there. Your thoughts coming away from this one tonight. Canton South now 2-0.
Well, I can't stop thinking, Frank, about those squib, onside kicks, whatever. I think we're saying they were squibs. The first one I don't think was necessarily as planned. The second one, I saw Coach Dennison go down over to the left, plant himself right where he wanted that ball, and when they recovered it, he was very excited. And you look at the scoreboard now, and you wonder if they win without him. You know, those were such important plays, and you know, I don't think at the time they thought things would be as close as they are towards the end here, but those 2 onside kicks came up huge, and I've been putting an emphasis lately on offense gets credit, but it's a 3 set game, and special teams is coming up big for everybody. I know we talked with Brian Baum of Hoover last week. They're making kicks. That was big for them winning, and tonight another facility of the game is special teams.
Yeah, good point. Coach?
I think Dan Ift has to feel, better about his offensive production versus what he generated in week 1. That's a positive for him. I think it's also a positive because they were out of the game in the first half, and yet nobody on that sideline believed that they had momentum going into the locker room. In fact, so there's some positives for Dan Ift, but they've got to figure out how to play better defense. And For Canton South, there's no question that they can generate points. They've got playmakers. They got Pucci as the trigger man, and he's got a surrounding cast that lets him, be amazing. Again, they probably will focus again on trying to limit the other guys offensively, because I don't know I don't know if you can sustain 50 to 40 or 42 to 40 efforts, when we get into the bad weather and all that other stuff that's lying ahead of us here in the fall in Ohio. But he's got a talented team, and they're 2-0, and you got to be happy about that.
All right, guys, good points all the way around. And, next week, I want to remind everybody we will be in the PTO, Perry Township, as Euclid comes to town, take on the Perry Panthers, and we'll have that one for you. Kickoff at 7 o'clock, and our pregame will start at 6:45. Got a lot of folks to thank tonight. Our on-site engineer is Dale Lamb, our producer, Casey Claxton, our statistician, Bob Jeffries, our sideline reporter is Billy Beebe, and for my partner up here in the booth, Tom McDaniels, this is Frank Salona saying thank you for listening. And our final score, once again, it was the Canton South Wildcats 50 and the Dover Tornadoes 40. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching the WHBC Sports Aultcare YouTube Game of the Week. Brought to you by SARTA, Friends and Family Credit Union, Maslin Cable, Altman Hospital, CKP Heating and Cooling, Sarshone Ford, the United States Air Force, and Old Carolina Barbecue. Be sure to subscribe to the 1480 WHBC YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the great content you can get on demand.